Traffic now looking good on the beach line and on the Greenway. No problems to report for those who need to travel on Florida's Turnpike. If you see traffic problems, make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Everdoor Garage Door. Everdoor's Forever Springs last for life. And right now, you save $75. One fix, forever covered. That's Everdoor Peace of Mind. Lock it in today at everdoor.com. Everdoor, the garage door that lasts evermore.
For more information about contests on this station, go to realradio.fm/rules.
Hey Orlando, Joe Rossi here for Greenway Kia. Thanks to recent Federal Reserve rate cuts, interest rates are coming down, as low as 0% APR on select new Kias. If you've been thinking about a new Kia, this is your moment. Greenway Kia offers financing options designed to work with today's lower rates, even if your credit isn't perfect. Shop one of the nation's largest Kia inventories online at greenwaykias.com. We make the deals other dealers won't. I'm Joe Rossi, and I want to see you in a Greenway Kia.
With approved credit, offer expires 3/5/26.
You'll use the radio in your car more than anything else. When buying a new car, make sure the AM/FM is simple, clear, and convenient.
Are you all worked up and working too much? You know what y'all need? Y'all need to chill out. Y'all need to have fun. Y'all need some adventure. Why, y'all need Gatorland. How do we know? Ain't no one got more animals, more gators, or more fun than Gatorland. And now, Florida residents get what they need for less. With $17.50 admission, now through the end of February. We know what y'all need. Y'all need Gatorland.
This little piggy wasn't affected by the market. This little piggy had protected funds. This little piggy locked in college costs. This little piggy had a 1-year plan. And all the little piggies went wee to college land.
Before you know it, those tiny feet will be off to college. Save the smartest way with a Florida prepaid plan. Unlike a regular savings account, the funds are dedicated and guaranteed to cover tuition costs. So when they're ready to go, you are too. Save for their story. Prepaid 529 plans start at $29 a month. Enroll today.
At Mayo Clinic in Florida, we're treating the untreatable. Using a patient's unique genetic makeup, our researchers are developing personalized cancer vaccines that help stimulate the immune system to better fight the disease and prevent it from recurring. We're making more possible at Mayo Clinic because every day we're doing what's never been done. Learn more at mayoclinic.org/possible. Mayo Clinic. You know where to go.
Any good weekend plans?
Oh, I'm going on a weekend cruise on MSC Cruises. We're going to White Sand Beach and Beanbag Chair.
Are you using nouns as verbs?
You can do that on MSC Cruises. Where was I? The food. We'll rigatoni, French fry, we might even gelato. How about you?
Yeah, I was going to lawnmower.
3 or 4 night cruises from $199 plus kids sail free. To book, visit msccruises.com or contact your travel advisor. Restrictions apply. Ships registered in Panama and Malta.
Eligibility and results may vary. If you're on Medicare and living in the Orlando area, getting great dental care doesn't have to be confusing or expensive. Sage Dental is here to help you understand your Medicare benefits and make your care as simple and affordable as possible. Whether you need a routine cleaning or advanced care like implants, crowns, oral surgery, or custom dentures, Sage Dental brings all your dental needs conveniently together under one roof. At Sage, we use the latest in dental innovation, including minimally invasive techniques for more comfort and faster healing. Need a crown? Sage can create same-day custom crowns right in our office. In addition to Medicare, we accept most insurance plans. No insurance? Our Sage Care Plus plan can save you up to 65% on general or specialty dental care. Sage Dental, leading with innovation centered on your care. Same-day appointments available. Call 800-218-8877. 800-218-8877. That's 800-218-8877.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisor. Visit TrajanWealth.com.
Coming to you Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Need help after an accident? Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeartRadio station. Guaranteed human.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Money. M-O-N-E-Y. Money. Enter it now at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The three best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Monday, February 9th, 2026. Lots to get to today, from the $6 million ransom paid to the Super Bowl and halftime show reactions. And finally, an arrest in the Anna Kepner murder. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Hello.
Hello, C-Lane.
What's happening?
And hello to you. You can join us on the show. All you have to do is send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your messages rolling right into the studio in real time. How's everybody doing on a Monday?
I feel like it's Monday after the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I feel like it. Yeah.
You know what? You know what the key thing is? You're here. That's the key thing.
I want to know how many people did not show up because that highway looked a bit empty.
It was an easy drive in, I'll tell you that.
Oh, yeah.
Was it really? Because this is what they call Super Sick Monday, where everybody just calls off. Yeah, they're like, I was partying too hard last night, had a few too many jalapeno poppers, and here I am. I can't
jalapeno margaritas.
That too. Can't drag myself to go into work today. Super Sick Monday. And I think they said 25 million plus people are like, not doing it. Taking today off.
Good for them.
So we'll see. If you guys are not working today, if you're playing hooky, check in with us and we won't tell anybody. Just say, I want to be anonymous, but just so you know, not working today. Called off because of the Super Bowl.
Yeah. And what was your excuse, though, to the boss?
Yeah.
What is your ailment?
And how much did you? How much did you really play it up when the phone call to the boss? You're like, oh God, I'm dying here. How much did you do that?
Do people still use excuses though? I mean, it's on the day after the Super Bowl. You use an excuse and expect somebody to believe it.
You got to do a radical one, C-Lam. Your excuse has to be really radical so nobody questions it. Like my grandmother just died in a Latin American coup that took place, and
the crew, half of them had COVID and somehow gave it to me.
There's a new pandemic rising in Guam, and my mother was there, and she caught it. Got her immediately.
These are good
ideas. You got to do one of those. These are very. You could get fired. I just want to put that out there too. So just be careful about all of that stuff. All right, let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours. And we go to a grandma watching the halftime show.
Yeah, baby.
That's right, everybody. This grandma was sitting on her couch at her home watching the halftime show. Apparently, she was not a big fan of the Bad Bunny performance. She was not super zoned in, didn't like it so much. But let's hear from her. Everybody's got a take. She's laying back. She's an old lady, all right? She's laying back in her chair. She's trying to watch some Bad Bunny, but she doesn't really like it for some reason. Here she is.
I'm like, who is this man?
Who is this man?
Golly. He can't sing. I mean, like, what is this? Golly.
Not thrilled.
Ridiculous. And got the American flag and all these other flags. And yeah, God bless you too. Get off the stage.
She said, God bless you too. Get off the stage. She was watching, but she was not really zoned in, I don't think.
Yeah. Any idea if we have a follow-up of her realizing those bushes were people? Because
I think it might
my
have been-
grandma has to be like, oh, my God. It was the funniest, greatest part of the halftime show.
I think it might have been too much for her ticker. I think if she also learned that there were people in the bushes out there, it might have been... Yeah, it might have been a little too much for her. Get off the stage.
Get off. Put the game back on. I can't stand this.
The game is not.
Yeah.
Tell me that. I mean, what in the world is all this foolishness?
What in the world is all this foolishness? Everything but a poppycock in there. This lady. She did not like it. She was not a fan, but we'll see what you thought about it. Let us know with your dispatches coming in over at thenewsjunkie.com. I do like, and I think C-Lane was kind of hammering in on it for a second there, that she's like, put the game back on. As if the game is still occurring somewhere.
It's just the halftime stage that looks
interrupt this
exactly.
broadcast of the game that's still currently being played. We're just going to start Bad Bunny right now.
By the way, Grandma, not for nothing, no shots at your take on the Bad Bunny performance, but if you wanted to get back to the game, you must have really hated that Super Bowl halftime performance because the game was boring. All right?
I feel like I saw very few snaps, like watched, actually, of the game.
I watched the first half, and then I'm like, okay, fun. Where are the commercials?
Yeah.
Fun commercials. And then after that, it was back to streaming a show. That was about it for me.
Courtney did the thing which is like basically on par with how I watch football these days. Courtney goes, I got to use the restroom real quick, but I'm going to wait until this commercial break is over. Mm-hmm. So she was watching for the commercials during the Super Bowl and waiting to walk away until the football game came back, which is missable. That is missable. The game itself is not nearly as much.
It was some fun stuff. Some of them I was like, okay, boring, or I already saw them. My favorite was the manscaping commercial.
Oh, yeah.
Where the unibrow, pubic hair, back hair, all were singing an ode to the man's body they were just shaving off of.
I think my favorite was, did you guys see Budweiser is so desperately trying to win everybody back that each year they're doing the most American commercial you could ever see. Did you see the Budweiser commercial?
I did not.
Where the horse nursed the baby bird back into an eagle?
Oh, what?
They had the Budweiser horse, and it found a little baby bird, and it nursed it back into health, and then it eventually released it back into the wild as a bald eagle soaring across the sky.
What?
And the most American thing you've ever seen in your entire life. And they're like, you guys, please come back.
Budweiser is going for tearjerker commercials. They want to, get some emotion out of people. I thought it was kind of funny.
Well, look, I'm not. Hold your pants on this one.
I was going to say, should I be holding my pants right now?
Hold on to your pants, all right? I'm not the most emotional guy in responding to this stuff.
Oh, that was not the sentence I expected.
What? On account of I'm not a giant pussy like you guys.
There we go.
But I did the commercial where the farmer gave away his farm to his daughter at the end. It's like the farmer was a young man and he's working hard, and then he has a daughter and he puts a picture of her up in the tractor, and then she's growing up and he sees her tripping in the field and learning how to farm, and then he's sitting on a bench with her in front of the house one day and he goes, the farm is yours now.
Question.
And he hands over the keys to the farm. I'm not sure why there are keys to a farm.
There's a key to farms.
He hands the keys over to the farm and she grabs them. And it zooms in on like one tear coming out of her eye, like that Indian dude on the commercial back in the day. And I almost cried.
Almost.
I didn't because I'm not a giant pussy like you guys.
Question.
I almost
cried.
cried.
See it, yeah.
What was the commercial for?
Dove.
No
I bet
idea.
it was Dove.
No idea?
No idea. Not a single clue. Not a clue.
He
at all.
hands over the keys to the farm. And it's like, T-Mobile now has unlimited messaging to the entire world.
They kept doing that though. Like when I'm watching a commercial, I'm like, "Oh, the Backstreet Boys! Is this a crazy commercial for their thing? Their ongoing show
the karaoke
at the
one?
the Sphere.
Yeah.
And I was like, is this a Sphere commercial for the Backstreet Boys? Nope. It's a T-Mobile commercial.
Or Coinbase. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, that one. Oh, God.
But everyone was singing. I'll tell you that much. It was an interesting way to post old school karaoke lyrics.
Hang on a second. I didn't plan on starting with commercials, but since we wandered into this, let's hit on a couple of things.
Do you want to guess what the one you're talking about is?
Oh, the farmer one?
Yeah.
Farmers insurance?
Nope. It has nothing to do with farming.
Ice cream.
It may have something to do with farming.
Oh.
Depends on what the farm grows. Like maybe
John Deere?
if they grow potatoes at this farm.
Oh, it was a potato commercial. That's right. At the end.
commercial.
At the end, the daughter is like crying, and the farmer gives the farm over to the daughter in this Super Bowl commercial, and then it's like, potato.
No, it's not that.
Idaho potato.
No, it was Lay's.
Was it?
Yeah.
I thought it literally said potatoes.
They might have, because it was about the potato harvest. It's what they're harvesting at the farm, but it was a commercial for Lay's.
Potato.
The fact that you don't remember what it is, you kind of question, was it a viable ad? Was it a successful ad?
I don't know. Yeah. I kind of want a chip right now. Don't you?
I'll tell you what. I really enjoyed 50 Cent's DoorDash commercial.
That was all the beef.
Yeah.
Beef King or something like that.
There was a lot for food delivery. They're really tapping into the food delivery market. But a couple of things real quick.
Those guys are printing money.
We'll obviously get into more of the drama around the Super Bowl and what everybody thought about it, et cetera, et cetera. But here's something that a lot of people don't know. I saw this right before the game, and it said a few stats on this year's Super Bowl commercial. The average ad was $8 million, okay?
Oh, what?
5 to 10 ads went for $10 million. This was the first Super Bowl for about 40% of the brands involved. Now, here's the kicker. NBC requires you, if you want to buy a Super Bowl ad, to match your Super Bowl spend on something else at NBC.
Like the Olympics, Saturday Night Live, anything else?
Yes. So you can't even just buy an $8 million Super Bowl ad for 30 seconds. You have to buy the $8 million Super Bowl ad for 30 seconds and also invest another $8 million in other NBC commercials.
Is that new, or have we been doing this already?
I'm not sure if they did that previously. But they made allegedly about $800 million in ad revenue because of the way they spread that whole thing out, which is just crazy to me. Just absolutely crazy to me.
So all of a sudden, your Super Bowl spend may be $8 million, but you have to fork over 16.
At least, yeah. That's like the minimum entry is $16 million. And you think about, what is the product that you're selling? How much of that product that you're selling do you have to sell to make up $16 million? That's a big deal, right? Like, so that's why you see a lot of crypto companies still. That's why you see car companies, because car companies make a lot off of each car that they sell, et cetera, et cetera. But, you know, you don't see so much of the smaller stuff because I guess Lay's potato chips might be one of them. But, you don't see a lot of things where it's like a nickel and dime thing because you have to sell so much.
Well, now, I mean, back in the day, you could just buy a Super Bowl ad. Mm-hmm. I think like they made a big deal, or somebody did a whole article about GoDaddy's first ad because it was like a big step for a company like that to put themselves on that stage.
Now think about that's $16 million just to get the ad. Some of these commercials had A-list celebrities involved, so I would love to see that final number.
Yeah, you talk about celebrity appearance fee if you have a celebrity in your commercials, production fee to make and record the commercials, music licensing fee to do that. I mean, you're talking a big investment here. And I want to know, one of the questions I have for you of many today is, you guys think that still pays off? Like, did you see a single Super Bowl commercial where you're like, I'm going to spend my money on that? Wasn't planning on it, but you know what? Now I liked the Pepsi commercial with the polar bear, so now I'm drinking Pepsi. I'm going away from Coca-Cola.
Did you see that one? Were they doing the Coldplay Kiss Cam?
Yes,
thing?
They did that at the It was like the polar bear has to go to the therapist because he doesn't like Coca-Cola anymore. He likes Pepsi now. He finds another polar bear, and they drink their Pepsi together, and then they get caught on the kiss cam at the sports game, and they're like, we're just drinking Pepsi.
See, we're relevant now. Drink us.
Yeah, I do have to say, and Sabrina mentioned this earlier. Hang on to that thought, Celine. This was the one that got the most attention from me. I was confused, and I looked up, and it grabbed my attention, much like last year or the year before, or several years ago, where there was the screensaver commercial, and it was
QR
dead
code.
silent. Yeah, and I go, oh, this is really grabbing people's attention. And they're filming the one with the Backstreet Boys words on the screen, like you were singing along, karaoke. Yeah, and here's the reaction that happened in so many places.
Secure.
They're singing along, right?
Anything you need, you better rock your body down. Everybody.
All right, so everybody at the party is singing the Backstreet Boys song, and they have no idea what this is going to be for, what the commercial is going to be for. It's just a sing-along.
Yeah, rock your body.
All right? Yeah?
Everybody.
They're liking it. They're having a good time. Then they see Coinbase comes up on the screen, and the guy's double middle finger. Oh, man.
I can't believe crypto what? Because they were in like 2 commercials for other companies.
Yeah. I mean,
good for them.
But it was funny how it like reels you in. Everybody's like, everybody.
And you know what? That was cheap to me.
Buy Bitcoin.
All right. Not a good time to push behind Bitcoin, is it? It's like Bitcoin has kind of been plummeting as of late.
Well, it's not an ad for Bitcoin. It's an ad for you to waste your money on Coinbase.
Yeah. I'm sure some people will do it. So give us your thoughts on those. We have a lot more to weigh in on. Some people are already saying that they called out today. They called out. Kenny says, tips at thenewsjunkie.com.
Nice.
I called out from work today because my kid is sick and I need to stay home. I did not realize the Super Bowl was yesterday until you said something on the show. It was disconnected.
Yeah, right.
I'm interested in seeing the ratings when they come in because I said
viewership on the halftime show. That's already been out.
Do they already have that out? I haven't seen ratings on anything because, you got to wait till the 24 plus ratings come out to get the actual ratings anyways. But watching the game and getting ready for the game and all that, I personally felt like Super Bowl buzz was at an all-time low. Like, I was like, I haven't seen less people yapping about the game and getting excited for narratives, and the Kelsey brothers are in there, and is Taylor Swift going to be there, and this player is making a run for it, and Tom Brady's retiring, so can he get one last win? And there was no like big narrative that broke through to me, the regular non-sports fan. And I felt like there just wasn't nearly as much buzz this year. Then we get our iHeartRadio weekly email on polling, and they're like, interest in the NFL has never been higher ahead of the Super Bowl. So I want to see if it was up or down from the last couple of years, just generally speaking, because I didn't feel a lot of buzz for the game. I just didn't. Maybe I'm off on that, but I did not feel a lot of buzz for the game, and the game was boring to me. Maybe you guys liked it. Dylan liked it. Dylan is so into football. He's like the biggest football fan. He's the opposite of me.
Okay.
Look at you, Dylan.
My son is like, he was putting little bets on the game, and I go, what do you think of the game so far? I'm not trying to prime him or anything. I'm just like, what do you think of the game so far? And he's like, most people will probably say it's boring, but I think it's really great because I like to see a defensive game, and I'm like, okay.
Who are you?
I like scoring, and when I looked up during the second half, and they were like, that was the first touchdown. I was like, that was the first touchdown? We've gone this long without a touchdown?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We have a lot to go over today, and this is kind of just scratching the surface on some of the Super Bowl stuff and the halftime stuff and the commercials. I want to talk about Nancy Guthrie and the updates around that because that's going off right now. She is saying that they are going to pay up the ransom, which is allegedly $6 million. And today is the deadline on that. We got some Olympic stuff. There's just a lot to get to. So stick with us on a very busy day. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Traffic still slowing down on I-4 eastbound before that World Drive exit between Osceola Parkway and Apopka Vineland Road. There's also a crash on 429 northbound near New Independence Parkway, blocking the left lane. That's slowing things down a bit. On Florida's Turnpike, I-95, you won't be running into any trouble slowing you down this morning. But if you do see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Everdor Garage Door. Squeaks, jerks, and rattles? Your garage door's crying for Everdor. For just $49, they'll tune up and shut down the noise. Trust Everdor for smooth service. Book at Everdor.
Hello, hello, hello.
And fill up on some barbecue.
Welcome, friends.
Many different bourbons and whiskeys with stops.
Hey, how you doing?
Distillery and blending house, the downtown location of Cronin.
How do we feel about the Super Bowl, the game? The game. The actual game. Did we like the Super Bowl game action? Yes or no? What do we think about that?
/Burma Cigar Company and Johnny's Other Side. Tickets go on sale this Friday at 3 p.m. Details.
Welcome in everybody on a Monday.
/Bourbon.
I went to bed before it was over. Edges were good, but the Nickel Blitz got them like 5 sacks. I thought he might get the MVP. Same. True and same. Yeah. Boring, meh. The Super Boring Bowl, no, it was horrible, meh. Boring. The game was decent. Not the best, but not bad either. I was happy because I won my bets, but it was lame. Sucked as a Super Bowl. Watch Zero TV yesterday, no regrets. Liked that it was the same usual teams, the energy of the game did suffer. Yeah, after a while, I was like, I haven't been paying attention to this much at all. Because, admission time, folks. When I, Sean Wasson, am watching a football game, I usually need an eruption to remind me that something's going on the screen. So I'll be like, chit-chatting, talking with Courtney, doing something else, looking at my phone, and then I hear people go, ah! Somebody's running, getting a touchdown, interception, you know. None of those until the third quarter or the fourth quarter. So that's how I knew it was a boring game. Okay, just a couple minutes and we're back live on the show. I don't watch football. I watch the Bad Bunny stuff on YouTube, and the only commercial I cared about was a trailer for the Mandalorian movie. Question about that. When you say I watch the Bad Bunny stuff on YouTube, the Super Bowl halftime show, was it streamed live on YouTube? Or was it only posted afterwards on YouTube? Let me know. Was it streamed live on YouTube, or was it only posted afterwards? I feel like it might have just been posted afterwards. It lacked OS moments? True. Not the best game? TPUSA would have broke streaming records if they only had one stream? Is that true? What is the YouTube concurrent streaming record? They got close to like 6 or something, 6 million-ish or something. But I thought the concurrent record was way higher than that. Let me check. What is the record for streaming on YouTube? The most concurrent viewers on a stream ever? There was a football game. They did a football game on YouTube that had 17.3 million viewers. Then there was an Indian space program thing with 8 million peak viewers. So those are much higher. We'll talk about 6 million for TPUSA, but we'll talk about that later. What's the show me your blank today? We're going to get to that in just a bit. How about rate my Super Bowl spread? I wanted to do that, but do you think people have photos of it? Did everybody take a photo, you think? Maybe. Excellent game. I know Fanatics wanted a plethora of touchdowns, but just like baseball, 0-1 win being the gold standard. Did anyone else's Alexa change voices over the weekend to a Ditzy Valley girl? Mine changed a couple of weeks ago, and I had to change it back because it was so annoying and frustrating. I talked about that on one of the bonus streams. Just wildly different, annoying, young, little Alexa hipster. All right, we're coming back. Stand by, everybody.
This month, iHeartRadio is celebrating the stars of the 2026 Winter Games. A legend from Sun Valley, Idaho, Hillary Knight is the ultimate captain of Team USA. Entering her record-breaking...
Here we go.
It was celebrating the stars of the 2026 Winter Games. A legend from Sun Valley, Idaho, Hillary Knight is the ultimate captain of Team USA. Entering her record-breaking 5th Olympic Games, the veteran forward continues to be a scoring machine and physical force on the ice. With a resume already packed with gold and silver, she leads a hungry squad into Milano Cortina. Knight laces up her skates with one goal in mind, bringing the gold medal back home. For more Winter Games gold, search Olympics on the iHeartRadio app.
Don't trust your health to AI or a chatbot. Go to redmountainweightloss.com.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Money. M-O-N-E-Y. Money. Enter it now at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Send him your tips and your deepest, darkest secrets. Email tips at the...
The world's most viral newsroom, and it's your time to join us on the show with a dispatch or an email. You can record a dispatch on thenewsjunkie.com right there on the website, or email tips, TIPS, at thenewsjunkie.com. We'll get into more of the Super Bowl stuff that everybody's talking about, the halftime show, all of that good stuff in just a moment here. I want to tell you that Rate My Blank is on because, of course, it is a Monday here on the show. I was trying to think of what we could best do to tie into a lot of the stuff that people are talking about, what's going on in your world. And I think that I hope people grabbed a photo of this. I hope you grabbed a photo of this
spread
because I want to see it. I want to see your Super Bowl spread. Yes.
Yeah.
That, but I didn't know. I was like, well, should we have told people beforehand? And then I thought, no, I think a lot of people might have taken a photo.
Yeah, you gotta.
Of the food spread for their Super Bowl party or wherever they were, and then they could just upload it as a dispatch. So do that. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com. Show us your Super Bowl spread today on the show. We will review them and rate them, and we'll see what everybody else thinks about them. You can go on the website, thenewsjunkie.com, under dispatches, like the ones that you like, and we'll factor that in. We'll pick a winner today. Whoever had the best spread at their Super Bowl shindig, you can record yours or submit yours. Shindig is what I meant. Over at the
RealShindinger.com.
Let's
a hard word to mess up. Yeah.
Send your dispatch of your Super Bowl spread for Rate My Blank right now at thenewsjunkie.com as a photo dispatch. Okay, let's get into some of the stuff that happened over the weekend outside of the Super Bowl real quickly, because why not? There was some big developments in the world of Savannah Guthrie's mother, Nancy Guthrie. Today's a big day in this story. And I want to tell you about this for a couple of reasons. One, today's the deadline from these abductors, if you believe they exist. These abductors set a deadline of today to kill Savannah Guthrie's mom, Nancy Guthrie. And Savannah Guthrie released a video. Let me see if I can bring this up. Where she said she will pay the ransom. She's like, we'll pay. Now, I saw a lot of speculation on this, and somebody said, well, maybe the Today Show is going to pay the ransom.
What?
And I'm like, why would it? I mean, I get it. Like,
this ransom payment brought to you by Temu?
They're like, NBC has so much money. They just made so much money off of the Super Bowl. They're going to pay the ransom for Savannah Guthrie. And I thought, if the same thing happened to me, I don't think that iHeart would jump in and pay the ransom. You know, I don't think.
Maybe if it were Ryan Seacrest kid.
Maybe, right? Yeah. That could have been the case.
Chumba.
But what it isn't. So I think that they would probably pass on that. So there was a video released this weekend, another one of these ones with Savannah Guthrie and the other siblings on a couch. And in it, she's saying, like, we're going to pay. We're going to pay. Did they pay? Did they fork over the Bitcoin? What the hell is going on? I don't know, because I have some big questions about this. But first, here is Savannah Guthrie and her siblings saying that they're going to pay, I believe.
We received your message, and we understand. We beg you now to return our mother to us so that we can celebrate with her. This is the only way we will have peace. This is very valuable to us, and we will pay.
We will pay, she said. So she's flat out saying we're going to pay the ransom, and we just want her back. And, you know, now's the time to just release her, right? And I mean, obviously they're going to release her when they get the payment in Bitcoin or whatever. But they say that they're going to pay it. Today is the deadline. The most insane outcome would be this one. I don't think it's the most likely, but it would be the most insane outcome. Savannah Guthrie pays $6 million in Bitcoin to these people who abducted her mother. Those people who are holding her mother somewhere release the mom, and the mom wanders off to, let's say, like a gas station or something as they speed away. And the abductors never get caught getting away with $6 million. In my mind, there's no way that doesn't lead to copycat abductions where other people say, like the boon of abductions that happen in the 70s and 80s, where people would kidnap somebody, demand a ransom, get the ransom, release the person. Then that stopped happening entirely. Like, that just didn't happen because the money was too traceable and you couldn't really get away with it. But if this proved that you could do this kind of thing and get away with it, there's no way that we don't see other people trying to do it.
Now,
I think it'll come back as a thing.
My knowledge on how cryptocurrency works is a bit limited. But all the transactions are like trackable, right? Like the money goes into a wallet. People can see what the wallet does with that money, right?
Unless there's like all those steps like you guys did with the moon coin or whatever.
If you have the address of the wallet, you can see, anybody can see the transactions going in and out. We don't have the address of the wallet.
But we will.
Media outlets have the address of the wallet. The law enforcement has the address of the wallet. The family has the address of the wallet, we're assuming. They could watch this account, see if their money has gone in, as could the people, if they exist, that have abducted Nancy Guthrie. But then they wouldn't be able to see what happens to it afterwards at some point. Like they could clearinghouse.
You can't look
Bitcoin
at all the
out.
transactions that come, that go through the thing and just filter out ones that involve that wallet.
If you could, then nobody would ever be able to actually get their money out of Bitcoin when they were dealing in stolen stuff like this. Say for instance, the deep web kind of websites where they sell illegal things. You would say, well, I see where people are paying. Here's the wallet. There are ways. I don't know how to do it, but there are ways.
Sean knows how to do it.
I'm told.
Sean knows how to do it. Sean knows how to do it.
I know. There are ways
People who know
to
how to do it say stuff like you just said.
I'm telling you, I don't know how to do it, but I think if you get a large payment in Bitcoin, you could take it and make it disappear, and people would not be able to trace what happened to it after that. I think there are ways to do that. Well, you can let me know if you're a cryptocurrency expert. Well, weigh in on this. Let us know what you think. But that was the latest.
Try to explain it like we're
pay.
5.
Yeah, really. Dumb this down as much as you possibly can, if you don't mind. But the family is saying they're paying. Today is the deadline. I have no idea what's going to happen during the show today. That's why this show is exciting. That's why you want to hang out with us. We will tell you as soon as there are any updates on this.
What do you think they do all day?
What do you mean?
Savannah and her sister and brother. Like what?
What do you think Nancy's doing?
Sit around, watch what's going on, because I've never seen anything quite like this. But we've been able to watch every step of the investigation even. They told all the reporters on Friday to get off the street where Nancy Guthrie lives, and they kind of fled the street, right? And then when they fled the street, like street rats, they fled out of there. Then they tossed up drones, and the cops started an investigation, as did the feds, and they're wandering around the property. And Fox News and a couple other News Nation and stuff, they're just flying overhead with drones, watching every bit of what the investigators are doing. As are, I would assume, the abductors, right? Like if they're out there somewhere, they're like, okay, getting hot, getting warm, cold. Like they're watching, seeing them wander around. And one of the things the drones captured was that they were probing a hole. I know. It's strange.
Sexy.
They were probing a hole. And at first I thought like, oh, they called it a manhole at first. And I said, oh my God, did these people sneak out like the Ninja Turtles after they grabbed Nancy Guthrie? And then they clarified in some further reporting that they were checking the septic tank outside Nancy Guthrie's house. And this is where I realized, like, I don't have investigator brain. Some investigator was smart enough to go, oftentimes when somebody is doing something like this in the house, if they have something they want to hide or they want to get rid of during the process, they will flush it. But when you have a septic tank, it ain't going anywhere. It's going into the septic tank. So they were digging around and all the stuff in the septic tank.
I would call not it for that job.
Yeah, this guy, he pulled the short straw. He's using the long straw to poke it into the septic tank, and they sorted through all of the actual crap.
How many
to try to see what they could find.
Wipies do you think Nancy uses?
I don't know, but you could peek down this giant hole and take a look if you really wanted to. I'm going to pass on that one, but you could. A little bit about what was in the ransom and some of the other things that were going on. And I think Billy Bush was one of the ones who was like, NBC should be paying this. Let's see what was happening when they were talking about this very quickly on the Guthrie update
You used to work at NBC with Savannah Guthrie. What is your take on what's going on with her mom, especially now that this video the family dropped has removed the demand for a proof of life?
I know. I feel like I'm watching some kind of streaming series, you know? It's like, this can't be real. It's the most surreal thing in the world. This woman that everybody feels like they know on the Today Show is all of a sudden addressing a camera, talking to a kidnapper about ransom. We will pay your demands.
Okay, we've all seen this. We've all seen that stuff. Let me get to the actual part here.
No sleep at all. Some people are reading into that this this could be a sign that, we want the return of our mom so we can celebrate with her. What does that mean? I would not, at this point go speculate. I frankly think it's, there's reason to be very hopeful and optimistic. I mean, the report is that there's at Monday by 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock.
They want a $6 million Bitcoin ransom. That means that Nancy Guthrie as well. And, $6 million for NBC is a quick stroke of a quick hit send. And they should.
So he means NBC could pick up the tab. They could. Will they? I don't know. But the most strange, bizarre thing to me that I want to toss out before we roll into some of your thoughts on this as well is that we learned that they are getting more letters from the abductors, allegedly. We learn that the family says we are going to pay. We know the deadline is on the way. But all weekend long, the feds and the local authorities were still searching the homes of the families. The Guthrie family homes were still being searched all weekend long.
Yeah,
They're bagging up stuff.
I saw like a notification or something, like a news alert, that they were searching the home of Savannah Guthrie's sister, which, of course, whose husband, Ashley Banfield, said, was a suspect. A big suspect in this. And has she come out and said anything different on that, or is she still sticking to her guns?
She's still sticking to her guns on that. The police are saying we don't have any suspects, but it is quite odd that everything's pointing to these abductors demanding $6 million in Bitcoin, but the feds and the local authorities are still searching the homes of the family members and bagging up stuff. Do they know something that we don't know? Do they not even believe these abductors exist? I have no idea, but it is going to be an interesting day in that story, and we'll keep you all up to date on that as the show rolls on. We'll also hear from you. You can join us with the dispatch. Send yours over at thenewsjunkie.com. We got Rate My Super Bowl spreads already coming in for our Monday. So we'll start taking a look at a couple of these. You can get in on this or even vote on the ones you like the best. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com, hit the dispatches section, and voila, just like that. All right, quick break. When we come back, we're going to do some of the Olympic action that went down this weekend. Then we'll talk with our friend Amy Kaufeld. We'll get into what everybody thought about the halftime show a little bit later on. We got a lot coming up, and it's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan.
Welcome in. Go mic on. So, chat, I've already decided, upon looking at your reactions, that most people did not like the game part of the Super Bowl. Now, what'd you think of the Bad Bunny Super Bowl performance? Did you like it? Yes or no? The Bad Bunny Super Bowl halftime show. Did you like it? Yes or no? Let us know what you think. Loved it. Halftime show is one of the best in a long time. Some yeses. I liked the palm trees. Wait, you mean the bushes or the palm trees? Game and music, meh. Was a good time, loved it. Spanish rap, no. English only advocate, no. It sucked. Not good. Did not watch it. All right, we're going to get into my thoughts on the halftime show and the takes around it. We'll get into that in a bit. Show is better than the game? Yeah, but that's not necessarily saying anything, is it? The game was just bad. To me, I don't care about football. I want to see like something exciting happening. Did not see that. Not much singing, but looked colorful. Don't know him, but the production was really good. How about any of you who watched the counter programming? Did anybody even peek in? Did you even peek in for a moment to Turning Points USA and Kid Rock and the other performers that were the counter program? Green Day was great. Green Day didn't even do the MAGA lyric switch up, but I guess they dropped a couple F-bombs. Great defensive game if you play defense on a football team? Sure. Not for me, the viewer. I heard Kid Rock was lip syncing. Can I tell you? Here's the brutal thing. From what I heard, and I may be wrong, I'm just a lowly radio host called the News Junkie. From what I heard, the Turning Points USA concert wasn't even live. I heard they pre-recorded the entire thing. They pre-recorded it. If you're gonna do competition for the Super Bowl, It's got to be live, right? You're faking it. You're what?
Experience the difference with cruises to Alaska, the
I don't know about that.
Norwegian Cruise Line. It's different out here. Visit ncl.com.
Shark bait, please be patient. I'm going to send those out as soon as I can. Maybe this week. I've been so busy. I'm trying my best over here. All right. Here we go, everybody.
Ships registry the Bahamas and USA. Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take DayQuil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Ugh, okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the DayQuil.
Undo your flu symptoms with DayQuil Intense Flu. DayQuil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
DayQuil Intense Flu. The daytime coughing, aching, fever, under your flu, medicine. Use as directed, keep out of reach of children.
Life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Aleve can help you deal with pain less throughout your day. With just one pill, Aleve lasts up to 12 hours. Don't let those aches and pains hold you back from doing what's important to you. Use as directed.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Where common sense meets complete nonsense. This is the news.
You're in on the show now, and you can learn more about it by going to the website, which is thenewsjunkie.com, thenewsjunkie.com. And guess what? Your comments are welcome. Dispatches is you recording video or audio comments, and I'll play them back here on the show if they're any good. Emails, tips, TIPS at thenewsjunkie.com. Let's talk for a bit about the halftime show, because I know that's what has everybody in the world talking since the game was so boring, incredibly boring.
Wow.
But I want to start somewhere different, if you don't mind. Mm-hmm. Just out of curiosity here, and I'm throwing this over to chat and everybody else, and to you, of course. Did anybody peek in? And I mean, just like take a look. I'm not saying you watched it the most, but did you even take the time to peek in to the counter programming from the Turning Points USA people? Anybody peek in? At the time?
No.
Okay.
But I did peep the clips this morning.
Okay.
I've seen about a minute of Ba with the Ba that was posted to TMZ.
Uh-huh.
And 30 of those seconds was just the intro, from what I understand.
It was a long intro.
Did you peek in live at all?
No.
Okay. I was looking live because I wanted to see what audience levels were. I was like, what kind of numbers will they pull in? Will they hit some sort of record on YouTube? And somebody was talking about that earlier.
What is the record for streaming on YouTube?
I looked that up during the break just a bit ago. And the record for streaming on YouTube, when you hear it, makes total sense. Remember when YouTube streamed the NFL game? That's the record on YouTube. It's about 16 million or something. Around there. When they had a game that they specifically put on YouTube.
I don't remember that
itself. Yeah. The second biggest stream that I could see was in the Indian space program had a big stream that they did. India has a massive population. A lot of the YouTube traction right now is from Indian users, and that got, I think, 8 million live viewers. The Turning Points thing, I think, got the story I saw got around 6 million live viewers, like concurrent viewers. That could mean more over the spread of the video, but I think the peak on the couple of YouTube channels that they were streaming it on was about 6 million people who tuned in. But here's my rub on this. And I was like, what's going on? Let me look into the Turning Points thing. And we'll get to the Bad Bunny stuff a bit later. But I said, let me look into what's happening here. And when I was watching, I saw some performer that I didn't know, like a country performer or something first.
A guy or gal?
Some guy playing God knows what. I didn't have the volume up on anything, but I'm tuning in, and then I see a little bit at the end of Kid Rock, and I see the audience going up a little bit. I see the chat going kind of nuts for everybody, and a lot of people tuned into that. But my beef with this was I'm hearing that none of this was live.
Oh yeah,
no,
pre-recorded.
I'm hearing that like they didn't even. And to me, I go, one of the key elements of counter programming a live event. Well, it just has to be that your event is live too.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't like.
They streamed it live. They hit play on a video.
But I thought that they were going to be like, we're doing this live right now, just like the other performance is happening live right now. But it wasn't. That's not how it was done. As far as I can tell. Now, maybe they'll say that this isn't true. But the stories that I've seen was that this was completely pre-recorded, kind of like some of the performances for New Year's Eve are, or, sometimes they'll do this for like Disney performances for Christmas Day.
Oh, Disney parades on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Look at the people in those parades. Look at the spectators. They are not dressed for winter.
No,
I know this because
cold.
I have been in a Disney Christmas parade.
It's all a lie.
In October.
Yeah, it's all a lie. It's all a lie. I did see that there was a decent amount of people who tuned into the YouTube stream. I don't know if they can tell how many people watched on all the different ways that they did it. At the last minute, they had to say we can't stream it on X, because they didn't have the rights to some of the performances, so they had to take off one of their platforms for the counter programming for the Super Bowl. But
I feel like you only had one job there.
I thought it's kind of lame that it's not live. Like, it should definitely be live if they're going to do this in the future or whatever.
And there was an audience?
There was a small audience.
They had some backtracking then, right? Because
there was a stage set up, and there were people alongside the stage for the Turning Point
like
thing.
a fill-in.
It looked like a setup for a fashion show.
Yes,
like there was very much a long catwalk or runway, and people on either side, like fans, and that was it.
And I think it was done. I might be wrong about this. I think it was done on a stage. And I don't mean like the concert was being performed on a stage by performers like every other concert ever in the history of ever. I mean, I think it was done in like a backlot.
Or like a sound stage.
It was.
Yes.
Okay.
I read the description as being either a warehouse or airplane hangar, but a sound stage would make sense for something like this.
I could see that. I mean, they had the lights, and I would say LED wise, great. They saved the cold sparks for Kid Rock, because the fireworks that were used prior with the other two artists were like just a couple queef fireworks.
Oh, that's it? Jesus. Oh.
And you could hear them like...
I've seen that video.
What?
Yeah. The Variety article on this says, no indication was given during the Turning Point USA Alternative Super Bowl halftime show of whether it was live or where the performances were taking place, but sources say the show is pre-taped in Atlanta.
Wow.
And I feel like they shouldn't do that. I feel like it's got to be live, man.
It's got to be live.
Thing.
Especially going to be the counter.
And,
you're going to say, everyone come over here because we're doing this. Why wouldn't it be live?
More than it just being live, I think you need to have it at a venue where you do have an audience in front of you. But broadcast in front of the audience the football game, and then go, they're going to do their halftime show. This is our counter programming halftime show. Put it on the stage in front of this, this audience of people that you have.
See, I don't know that part I'm mixed on, showing the people the Super Bowl, because if your whole point is like, we're giving you something to watch instead, this is the real American halftime show. Mm-hmm. If they had to turn around and pay a fee to NBC and the National Football League to show the Super Bowl at their counter programming thing, I wonder if the NFL would even sign off on it.
I mean,
I don't know.
They weren't even down to pay the fees to get that on X. So I'm not sure what the budget was like.
I'm not sure how that worked and why that part fell apart at the last minute. But yeah, the alternative Super Bowl halftime show, I don't believe was live, which I think that they ought to change that part.
Not live, and then like I said, I've seen a minute of Kid Rock's performance. The staging was very good, the lighting and the effects and stuff.
It was professional.
And then he started singing. Then he started doing. He started Kid Rocking, and just the lip syncing. It's like he didn't even try. It was bad.
Really?
The backtrack was the same level where you could tell immediately as he pulled the microphone from his face that it was like, what were we listening to?
I read that he did a lot of flipping of the microphone. Everybody was talking about the flipping.
He was just flipping it in his hand?
Okay. The video is still on YouTube and now has 19 million views. So I guess like they just leave the performance out there so people can keep watching it. So that it's up to 19 million views on that, which is obviously going to fall short of, you know, the live audience during the biggest televised event of the year. But it's nothing to sneeze at. I mean, that's a lot of people, and I know people who watched it. I bet a lot of people know people who watched it. I legitimately know people who are like, yeah, I'm tuning over to this. I'm going to check it out. I am a curious beast, and I like to see everything that's going on. So I had that on my phone. I'm trying to look at the numbers as that's going on, and I'm watching the other stuff on the TVs at the place where I was watching the Super Bowl. And we'll talk about the halftime show in just a bit, but we do have to take a quick break. When we come back, we can yap about all of this with our good friend Amy Caulfield from Fox 35. Miss Amy K will be joining us on the show. Oh, what was the Amy K Super Bowl prediction? Who did she say was going to win?
She said Pats, I thought.
Did she? I forgot.
I'll go back
who
and
she
look.
said. Yeah, we got to go back to the tape because she made a prediction. I don't know if she said Seahawks, but you know that's obviously who won the game at a damn landslide.
But she only said it because somebody was cute. I think she said Patriots because Drake May is cute.
Is that what it was?
How old is Drake May?
No clue.
I mean, I guess I hadn't really looked at him until the game started.
23. Yeah, he's a young dude.
Looks like a baby.
He's like the new. I hate to say this, but he's like the new Tom Brady. Like he's like the new young version of that, but didn't have the best of nights. A lot more halftime drama to get into, and we are going to get to everybody's reaction on that. But as I said, let's go over all things happening in the news and full updates on all of the biggest stories out there with our friend Amy Caulfield from Fox 35. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Congratulations, Michael. You just won $1,000 from Real Radio.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, cool.
Who's next? Your chance to win is...
Hello! Eastbound at Rouse Road. Emergency crews are still on the roadways clearing up that accident on 429 northbound.
How are we?
New Independence.
Come on in, everybody.
There. Keep an eye out for
If you're new around here,
on the beach line,
hit that subscribe button on YouTube. Hit the like button over there.
See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline.
If you are on Twitch, make sure you're following. That's free. Subscribe if you do it with Amazon Prime. That's free. Or sub for no interruptions, no break-ins. I want to run something by you just so you guys know what's going on. We'll wait to see. Amy K will be joining us here on the grid. She'll be joining us right here on the guest grid spot in just a moment. But I wanted to tell you, I was working on some stuff this weekend. And here's what I did. Now, this is not live yet, but it should be live within the next couple of months. I'm working with the developers on building a couple of things out. The first thing is if you're over at thenewsjunkie.com and you're a Secret Show subscriber, there will now be a new alert for Secret Shows on top of the website. The alert will give you an hour countdown before the show is about to start. And then, for the first time ever, the alert, when the countdown timer gets to nothing, will give you a live video stream directly on thenewsjunkie.com. So for all of you folks who don't understand Discord, don't understand that world, hang on. Hold on, I'll put up the room. All right, what's that? I will have a streaming player for Secret Shows directly embedded on the website, so anybody can watch. Doesn't take any experience with Discord, any of that stuff. Hang on. But you will just be able to easily watch it live right on the website if you're a Secret Show subscriber. That's one thing. Should boost the amount of people watching Secret Shows live quite a bit. Number two, if you're a Secret Show subscriber, there will be a new regular live show alert. There's one now. It's flashing. It says we're live. You click it, it goes to the YouTube embed. The one for Secret Show subscribers when you're logged in that will be out in a couple of months will be a completely ad-free stream of the show. Ad-free stream of the show. All the way. So there's some things to look forward to if you are a Secret Show subscriber. If you're not, well, get on it. Go subscribe over at thenewsjunkie.com. Lori says, that's cool. I don't Discord. It's difficult. Most people think the hurdle to get into Discord is too big and they don't understand the tech side of it. I'm going to make a video that explains that for people who want to watch over on Discord, and I will continue to stream Secret Shows, as long as I can think of, over on the Discord with the live audience over there. But this is an option for everybody else who doesn't understand that, who will just be on the website, click a video as the counter goes down to 0 and Secret Show starts. Not a huge innovation, but a smart idea, I think. Right? I think that's a good one. This guy's got upgrades. Always trying to make things better and more interesting. 1 minute. We're coming back live. Amy K is just now joining. Her producer is just getting her set up here. That's Casey, just for those of you who don't know. He's one of the tech guys over at Fox 35. All right, let's do this thing.
His smoked old fashioned will be waiting because looking sharp should feel just as good. Now open in 4 Central Florida locations and waiting for you. Book his first pillow. Guys, download the app, become a member.
Waiting because looking sharp should feel just as good. Now open in 4 Central Florida locations and waiting for you. Book his first visit today at Hammer and Nails Grooming for Guys. Download the app, become a member, or book online at hammerandnailsgrooming.com. Valentine's Day offer good for first-time guests only.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Got a question after an accident? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Bank. B-A-N-K. Bank. Enter it now at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Send him your tips and your deepest, darkest secrets. Email tips at the...
In the world and on the show, so you're in the right place. Don't listen to the same 3 songs over and over. Hang out with us here on the show in the world's most viral newsroom. C-Lane, did you go to the tape? Did you see what the prediction? Oh,
well,
we got
also,
the prediction.
I was right. I mean, I said the thing, and I went to the tape just to confirm I was correct.
All right, I just wanted to confirm because I didn't remember it all, but I knew that Amy Kaufel, our friend, had made a prediction on who is going to win the Super Bowl. And can you confirm that her prediction was the New England Patriots?
Yes, she picked the Patriots because, quote, Drake May is cute.
Not cute enough for the win, Amy Kaufel. There she is, our friend Amy Kaufel from Fox 35.
You guys, I saw him cry last night. It broke my heart.
Oh, was his mommy there?
Pussy.
He's so cute, even when he's crying.
What are you crying about, you multimillionaire?
He's crying because he can't.
Exactly.
Is he really
He made
already?
it all the way to the Super Bowl. You
Yeah,
know?
he's rich. He made it to the Super Bowl. He's got everything you'd ask for him.
Probably not. He's only 23.
That's
He's
wild.
a baby.
Yeah,
he's young. He's young. Did you enjoy the game, Amy? Because it was a snooze fest, right? Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
It was so boring. I was like, we were at halftime. I'm like, no one has even scored a touchdown. We have had just like, I think at halftime we had 4 field goals?
Four field goals. One team, 4 field goals. That was it. Yeah, it wasn't.
Yeah.
That was not exciting. Maybe there should be more time spent on how we can make the game exciting. I don't know if they did the best of that.
We'll
That was like how is it that the game, which is the biggest portion of the broadcast, people are like, that was terrible. But all the focus goes to that little tiny part right in the middle. That's where all the attention goes these days.
People were fighting
like
over missing
like
commercials.
That, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the commercials were pretty good. Did you guys have some favorites?
I did have favorites, but there was also some where I'm like, is this worth $16 million that y'all paid?
I felt that about all of them. I literally...
Not even the hair one? I love the hair one. So
I looked at all of them and I was like, is this going to do anything for you? There was a company. Did you guys see one of the companies that had an advertisement was an AI company? And
with the mom?
No, well, it was the one that was like AI.com.
Oh.
Right? Like,
was it Will Smith eating spaghetti?
I forgot.
Yeah, exactly.
It was AI.com. They spent like $16 million on the Super Bowl commercial. They previously spent $70 million on the domain AI.com because, all the artificial intelligence stuff is blowing up. And then as the commercial airs to say, get your username on AI.com right now, here's what the website looked like.
Oh.
They didn't scale properly.
Are you kidding me?
And the entire website crashed as AI.com had a Super Bowl commercial. No, this is Cloudflare. This is what it looks like if your website goes down.
Really bad.
So they weren't prepared. The website crashed. And so I ended up watching a lot of those going, hey, I don't know if you wasted your money here or not. But what stood out to you? Did you really like anything?
Let's see. I love the Budweiser commercial with the Clydesdale and the eaglet. That was super cute. I thought that was sweet. I really liked the Dunkin' commercial with Ben Affleck and then all the different 80s TV.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, wasn't it cute with like Jennifer Aniston
I thought it was
and
great.
Ted
And
Danson and George from Seinfeld. And it was like all these like cute 80s characters that were in there. I thought that was really
they
cute.
look great. I mean, whatever AI they did, they nailed it, right?
They used a serious take away the wrinkle filter on all of them. I'm like, Ben Affleck looks like he's 12. It was crazy. That was a good one. I thought the Pringles commercial was really cute with the like her falling in love with Pringles man. That was cute.
That was the most popular one.
There were some good ones.
Really?
There were some memorable ones. Like Coinbase kept popping up. I still don't even know what that is. You guys see that one?
Ready to sit back and have us tell you?
Yeah.
What is it?
That's
cryptocurrency.
It's a crypto marketplace. And
it's the future, Amy. Go ahead and put it $1,000 in. See what happens.
They got a lot of money. They ranked them and had people vote on the commercials. And the ones that people liked the most, 10th, Amazon's Alexa Plus, 9th, Bud Light and Budweiser, 8 Uber Eats, because there was like 1 million food delivery commercials, 7 Instacart, 6 T-Mobile, 5 State Farm, and then 4 Xfinity. The top 3 were Rocket and Redfin, which I don't even remember those. The Dunkin' one, which I definitely remember, and was a smart ad. And then the Pringles one was the #1 rated ad of all of them.
Oh, man.
during the Super Bowl.
Your Lay's farming commercial didn't make the list.
Potato.
I know. I like. Did you see the one where the grandpa or the dad gave away the farm?
A sweet. I like the nostalgic ones like that, where he like passed it on to her. He gave her the keys. That was really sweet. I cried a little on that one too.
Yeah.
John said he almost did.
Didn't cry. I felt
like
a tinge of emotion, and then they were like, brought to you by potatoes. Okay, I'll buy a couple potatoes, I guess. Make it worth it for everybody.
It's funny, too, because Brian bought some potato chips the other day, Lay's, and they've changed the bag design, so it's not bright yellow anymore. It's kind of like almost like a mustard yellow, and it's like opaque instead of shiny.
Huh.
And Brian was like, why did they change the bag? It looks weird. And Colton, my kid, was like, they're trying to make it look more natural because like the whole real food thing is so big right now, right? They're like, oh, if we make the bag look more natural,
they'll ignore the ingredients.
Right? I thought that was interesting. And then did you guys see Mike Tyson where he like bit into the apple and he was like, eat real food?
How did that go again?
Eat real food. Well, the whole real food thing is like
delicious.
It's huge.
It is, but I'm like a weird commercial where he's like, I'm going to kill myself. And I'm like, this is an interesting Apple advertisement, but all right. And then a little tear for him as well.
Buzz on YouTube says no ice commercials. They definitely have the funny. There was an ice commercial. We'll get to that a bit later in the show. Can I tell you the wildest 1-2 punch for me? You guys put on your safety belts. All right. Hold on to your pants if you don't mind. I don't know.
Belts.
Did you watch? Did anybody peek at the Puppy Bowl? Did you give it a glance?
No, with the old puppies now.
I did hear
there's dogs.
It was...
Yeah. I'm glad you brought that up, Celine. The winner of the Puppy Bowl is a disabled pup, cute one, named Tegan. Tegan, this dog, it has wheels all around.
Good God.
All right? Tegan looks like a cross, but it's like a transformer dog. Tegan has wheels and a frame, and they're like, this sweet little dog is the winner of the 22nd Puppy Bowl, and America falls in love with Tegan, this disabled dog.
Did Sarah
I
die?
regret to inform you,
What?
Puppy Bowl winner 22, Tegan, dead, the rescue center revealed.
You're lying. Sean.
What are you doing to me? You introduced me to a little disabled roller dog.
Can you hear the joy in his voice?
I
right
have
now.
no joy in my voice.
You have so much joy that you broke that news to everybody just now.
No,
What do you mean the
look.
dog died?
Look, it says viral Puppy Bowl winner Tegan dead. Months before adorable pooch stole the show.
Oh, so the Puppy Bowl's pre-recorded too, just like the Turning
Are we
Point
living
thing?
a lie?
Everything's fake.
Oh,
it was recorded ahead of time. Tegan, part of the victorious Team Fluff, died in October.
When did they film this thing?
They filmed it months ago. Yeah. This dog with
if you did it
wheels,
live, maybe people would be up for giving the care that it needed. How did it die? I don't understand.
died. He got severely ill with pneumonia, if you must know.
Sean, you're such a drag today.
But he loves it. He loves breaking that news. He broke Catherine O'Hara news as well. He's
Come
like,
on.
guys,
Come
guess
on.
what?
That was terrible.
They introduced the world's most adorable disabled dog named Tegan during the Super Bowl Puppy Bowl event, and it wins, and then it's dead.
And they
And
were
it died
able
4 months ago.
and had people sign NDAs. Whoever's part of production, don't tell anybody.
Oh, good point.
That this dog is already dead. That's insane to me. That's insane. Great,
Do you think they
cool.
would have, like, can we fix that in post? Like, well, I don't understand why they didn't fix it.
I don't know what to tell you guys.
Put an
I'm just here to
asterisk by
bring
the
you the
dog
truth.
saying, by the way, he's dead, so don't fall in love. That's insane. I'm so
Anyways,
upset right now.
I feel terrible for him, but
How's
he
your
didn't
week
make it.
going, Amy? Is that your next question?
Okay, hold on.
Better than Tegan's.
Yeah. He died.
That's so
All right,
messed
okay.
up.
No, it's
That's so messed up.
I mean, that's what's funny about it, right?
No, not funny.
Yes,
Not funny
it
at all.
is. Yes, it's hilarious what they do with people's hearts. It's
Unreal.
okay. All right.
Stomp
So
on them.
you
During Valentine's week.
you watched
all over it.
you watched the Super Bowl. You were bored with it. You did not watch the Puppy Bowl at all.
No.
Everyone's dead, by the way.
I watched the halftime. We had, I don't know. I watched the halftime show. I don't know what I was expecting. It was funny because I was like, oh gosh, is he going to make some political statement? But I don't speak Spanish. So if he did, I don't know. If he did.
Could have been in there, yeah.
No,
Yeah, no
just
telling.
love.
He might have,
I'm on.
but I don't know because I didn't understand.
There was political stuff in there to a certain extent. I mean, it depends on how you categorize all that. But some of the stuff you have to read into. Like it seemed to me when Bad Bunny stopped for a second and gave the little kid his Grammy
To the kid. Yeah.
But everyone's
it
like,
seemed
that's
to me-
a 5-year-old arrested by ICE.
Yeah, like
It
one of
wasn't.
the immediate stories was like, and I think it was supposed to represent
People were
that
supposed
kid.
to think that.
Yeah, because it was
Yeah.
like a little 5-year-old kid, and everybody's like, "Oh, this is the kid who his father was arrested by ICE, and the dad said, I'm gonna be deported with my kid," and there was a whole big kerfuffle over that. And so it seemed like, as people thought at first, there were some fake tweets out there that said like that's the same kid, and then afterwards it was like, no, this is like an actor, this little 5-year-old who was involved in this whole thing. So there was some stuff like that, and then there's sort of like this larger idea that there's something called America. This is completely foreign to me. When you say America, I think most people think of the United States of America.
Right.
What was presented is sort of this idea that there's something called America that includes North, South, and Central America. That might be something that people elsewhere on planet Earth refer to, but I've never heard of America. I've heard of the Americas maybe every once in a while, but so that's sort of what was on
Like the
display.
song, They're Coming to America.
Yeah. And they don't mean South America or Central America. No.
Right.
They're talking to the US of A is what they're talking about there, unless we're trying to redefine that too. But so we'll get a little further into the halftime stuff a bit later on in the show, right after the next episode, and work in some of the
Little bit
details that
during,
people
too.
maybe that people maybe miss there. But what else is catching your attention today, stories-wise?
I know we've been talking about this for a while, you guys. Early November is when the Anna Kepner case first came on the radar. You guys remember, this is the girl from Titusville, 18 years old, went on a cruise with her family. And no arrests have been made in her death. She died by asphyxiation, found under a cabin bed that she was sharing with a teenage brother. Her body was covered in life jackets. So since that time, since November, there has been a suspect, which is this stepbrother, 16 years old. Well, finally on Friday, he appeared in court for the first time. So the court appearance was down in Miami. We still don't know a lot because right now he is a juvenile, and they say until they have decide to formally press charges and charge him as an adult, and we still don't know if that will happen, that we might not know much. This all happened in a federal courtroom.
Well, I'll tell you what we got. Juicy post from, I think, one of the most amazing accounts on X, somebody by the name of Fox35 Amy, a juicy post which has the thumbnail which showed the stepbrother going to court, which I think is the first view of this stepbrother that we've ever seen. It doesn't show his face because he's underage, but he's wearing a camo hoodie and a hat, and he's covered, and he's walking with somebody to go up to the courthouse, the federal court in Miami, on Friday. Now, do we say that he's been charged yet, or this simply was a court appearance?
Court appearance. And you guys, this is what's so wild about this case is that we have literally been told nothing. And because he is a juvenile, and because this case is right now being handled by federal authorities, right? Because this happened on international waters. Federal authorities are handling the case. The FBI is on the case. So no, at this point, we don't know. It says that the 16-year-old appeared before a federal magistrate. It was a locked courtroom. Public defenders, prosecutors, and U.S. Marshals were there. And at this point, we are still waiting to find out what the charges will be, if there will be charges, if he will be tried as an adult or a juvenile.
They released him with these people that he's been staying with, I guess, too.
He went right back home, back to where he was before.
Yeah. Which is interesting. I mean, now the time is passing. We're three months, I think, into this or so. And it looked like it's making progress, you know.
Correct.
But still nothing concrete just yet in that case. But it's an interesting one that a lot of people are watching, of course. Anything else that had your attention out there?
Well, you guys were still, even though it's all the way out in Arizona, still very, very interested in what's going on in the Savannah Guthrie case with her mom, Nancy. So we've been following that very closely. So we're going to have an FBI expert on tomorrow to talk not only about the Anna Kepner case, but hopefully as well to give us some updates on, there's always more going on behind the scenes than they will tell you.
Definitely.
So I would remind me a little bit of the Brian Kohberger case. You guys remember this is the Idaho killer.
Yeah.
And remember that they were telling us no suspects. We don't know. We have no idea who did this. Please send us information. And the whole time they were actually following him as he was driving across the country from Washington State to Pennsylvania and pulled him over twice.
Yeah, they had that guy dead to rights buying a replacement knife sheath for the one that he left at the scene, and they were kind of being hush-hush about the whole thing then.
Yeah. Right. So I always feel like they know a lot more than they're telling us. And in this case, I hope they know a lot more than they're telling us. But
do you take anything away, Amy, from what I was talking earlier when I brought this up? I said, kind of crazy to me. They're saying there's a $6 million Bitcoin ransom. Savannah Guthrie, emotional as can be, I can't even imagine what she's going through. She says, we're going to pay this. Please release my mother. We got a deadline coming up in a handful of hours, literally, as we're doing the show today. But as all this was going on, and Savannah Guthrie is saying, I'll pay the $6 million Bitcoin ransom, the cops were still searching the family members' houses and bagging up stuff as evidence. And it seems to me like if you 100% believed there was somebody out there who kidnapped this woman, abducted this woman, and is holding her for ransom and has nothing to do with anybody else, why are you bagging up evidence at the daughter's house? Why are you bagging up evidence at Nancy Guthrie's house?
Is that the only lead they can work on, maybe? Because it seems like the family is taking it in their own hands as far as the ransom.
Yeah. I think there's so much more going on that we don't know about. And you guys know that there was a vehicle that was at the Circle K, which was not far from the scene that they that vehicle, I think, is a big clue. That vehicle was not far from Annie Guthrie's house. I don't. There's just a lot.
Just for the record, what Amy's talking about was over the weekend. They said there's a person of interest, kind of, or a person that they're looking for. I don't even know if they wanted to label it that way. And they said, here's this guy, and they were sending the picture around the neighborhood to see if people recognize this person that was in a car at a Circle K that for some reason is very much on their radar. It's all
confusing,
wild, like a movie, like so many people have said, but a lot of developments happening with that.
Yeah. We're keeping a close eye on it.
Yeah.
And they just changed the rocket launch from Wednesday to Thursday. That's Crew 12 that's going up because you guys remember they brought Crew 11 back early because one of the astronauts got sick. So there have been 3 astronauts on board the ISS by themselves, which is a lot of work for 3 astronauts to do. So Crew 12 got pushed back. So maybe Thursday morning, we looks like we'll have a launch to.
Okay.
Did they ever say anything more about what the sickness was? Did we ever find out any answers on that? Or are we probably never will?
No, that's kept secret.
Yeah.
It's a mystery, C-Lane. We don't know which astronaut and we don't know what was wrong. So no, nothing.
They're kind of keeping tight-lipped about that one. I did just want to say on the way out, rest in peace to Tegan from the Puppy Bowl. The Puppy Bowl.
Real man. I'm going to write such a nasty all
dog.
caps email
again
to this group
again
because that's crazy to me.
Let me tell you something. This dog was adorable, and I hope it lived a fantastic life, and I hope it inspired many people.
Now I'm just wondering, are any of those dogs alive for the last couple of years? Or we just been seeing dead dogs play football?
If afterwards they were like, I'd like to adopt all of the dogs, and they go, they are all dead. It's just a massacre.
Now we are about to film the Puppy Bowl for 2028. If you want to take a look at these
2028.
Some lessons to be learned from all this, I think. One lesson that we'll never forget is that Amy Caulfield is the best of the best. Everybody, there she is. Amy Caulfield. Make sure you're following her on all social media platforms. Search for Amy Caulfield and follow along. Make sure you're watching Fox 35 if you're here locally in the morning. Good Day Orlando with Amy and the crew. And make sure you're tuning into all of their socials as well. Get the details at fox35orlando.com. Excuse me, fox35orlando.com. Amy, we'll see you next week.
Love you guys. Have a great week.
There she goes.
See you soon.
The amazing Amy Caulfield. All right, quick break. We're back with more in just a moment. We'll get geared up for the next episode. We have a lot to dive into. At some point during the show today, we'll get into all of it, I promise. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747.
Don't forget, rate my blank. Post your Super Bowl spread over at thenewsjunkie.com. You'll see the dispatches there. Leave a photo dispatch with your food spread from your Super Bowl party. We'll check those out a little bit later on the show. Rate my blankets, rate my Super Bowl spread.
This report is sponsored by Fresh from Florida. This is Ross Chastain, NASCAR driver and your Fresh from Florida farmer.
Couple of minutes and we're back live.
We celebrate the dedication of Florida's farmers. Their hard work ensures that every bite is harvested at its very best. Fresh from Florida. Trust is grown here.
A lot of interesting things happening right now. A lot of spinning plates.
5-star Google reviews and 1,100 reviews at experience.com. So very safe to say Don knows what he's doing, and I can say with full confidence that he's looking out for you. Unfortunately, chances are very high that you're leaving money on the table, so why not get a free fast quote review at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Flats Fisherman says, at the News Junkie, we turned on the Puppy Bowl so we didn't have to watch the red or blue halftime shows.
No spam, no hassle.
The Puppy Bowl is not a good substitute, I think. However, I'll tell you, we went to a place called Roundabout Brewery, and really good food there, by the way. Shouts out some listeners over there running this place, this Roundabout Brewery. Definitely do recommend. I'll talk about that in a bit on the show, maybe. But they had the Super Bowl on like all of their TVs except for 2. And the Super Bowl was on a screen directly in front of me. And then to the right of that, there was like basketball highlights. And then to the right of that was like the Puppy Bowl thing. And I was distracted more visually by slam dunks on the basketball TV and puppies running around all over the place on the dog TV. I spent more time watching those 2 televisions than every other television in the place. Visually way more interesting. Runabout? Is that what it's called? Did I get the name wrong? Runabout Brewing? Yeah, it's Runabout Brewing. What did I say? Run around? Yeah, Runabout. Runabout Brewing is the place where I went. Pizza there is good. They got the best meatballs in town. I'm gonna crown them the winner. I've had your Prado meatballs. I've had all these meatballs all over the place. I've had Enzo's meatballs, which are probably, those are good. Those are big Italian meatballs. But the best I've had, Runabout Brewing. Juicy ass balls, baby. Meatballs were so good. Runabout, yeah. Go check it out. It was only a red or blue halftime show because Turning Point made it that way. I mean, no. Come on. Like, here's the bizarre thing. Like, their alternative was definitely political. But the entire Bad Bunny production targeting demographics of, like, South Florida, Mexico, Central America, and South America, and Spain and Portugal, maybe, was also a move. And Bad Bunny is a very political person. So there were inherent political choices in that, without a doubt. No doubt about it. Everyone loves balls. It was red or blue because everybody wants to politicize everything. That's true. I mean, that's true. Nothing can be just like a simple, here's what I thought. That's true. Tard Bunny made it that way? I did wonder, isn't it weird, like, even his written intro to the Super Bowl halftime show was in Spanish. The whole performance, save for like 3 words, was in Spanish. How come his name isn't in Spanish? How come his name is in English? Huh? Ask yourself that question. Huh? That Caribbean Spanish could also be the source of your name, Mr. Bunny. Neither halftime mattered. Won't beat Kendrick. Brother, this blew Kendrick out of the water. It wasn't a high bar that was set. But yeah, nobody's even talking about that anymore. That was a stain on halftime shows with how boring it was last year. Kyle says, why do I keep getting ads? This never happened before in a live stream. Every YouTube live stream, as far as I know, has ads, just like Twitch. There will be an ad-free stream, as I said earlier, soon available on the site for Secret Show subscribers. They used a huge artist to target a demo they want to watch football. It's about the money. Bingo. Because Conejo Malo sounds bland instead of Bad Bunny. Conejo Malo. Hey, man. I don't think it sounds too bad. Conejo Malo. 1 minute. That better mean Bad Bunny, you motherfucker. If you got me saying something else, I'll be real angry. Excuse my language.
Excuse my language.
This month, iHeartRadio is celebrating the stars of the 2026 Winter Games. Representing Vienna, Virginia, Ilya Malinin is redefining what is possible on the ice. Known as the Quad God, the reigning world champion arrives in Milano Cortina as the only skater in history to land a quadruple axel in competition. He isn't just performing a routine, he's pushing the laws of physics. Malinin steps onto the Olympic ice looking to turn his technical revolution into pure gold. For more Winter Games gold, search Olympics on the iHeartRadio app.
Win $25,000 in free impact windows from Reese Windows. Text TRUST to 20129.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Bank. B-A-N-K. Bank. Enter it now at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
The biggest stories of the day in all their glory and insanity. You're listening to the new.
On the Nancy Guthrie case, as the deadline approaches, I'll tell you as soon as something happens. Did they pay the ransom? Is she going to be released? Will she be alive? No idea. Wild story continues to unfold here on the show. Learn more at thenewsjunkie.com. Keep your Rate My Blanks coming in for today. And the mission today is Rate My Super Bowl spread. So I want to see what you had at your Super Bowl party event or what you ate for the Super Bowl. Take a picture. You probably got it already. I'm assuming it's on your phone. Can't go back in time. I'm assuming you grabbed a photo of this. And go over to thenewsjunkie.com, submit it as a photo dispatch, and we'll sort through those. You can go over and vote on the other ones that are posted by hitting that like button on them. Give them some comments, that kind of stuff over at thenewsjunkie.com. Okay, a lot of stuff to get to here. One of the things that I saw was in the Olympics coverage that Lindsey Vonn busted her leg in the snow competitions over the weekend, the snow skiing, and brutally busted her leg.
Oh, yeah.
But the thing that stuck to me, Sealand, I don't know if you knew this, she's almost as old as me. She's like a year younger than me.
Yeah, and
still competing in the Olympics.
Her participating was a bit of a controversy in itself, I think, because she had an injury, and she was just going to like power through it, even though her being there meant other people couldn't be there. And she said, no, I'm going to do this. I'm making it to is Milan? That's where they are, Milan?
Yep.
I'm making it to Milan. I'm going to do this thing. I'm going to power through this ACL issue that I've had. And then she suffers this tough fall on the course and has to be airlifted out of there.
It was bad. I mean, career ending, not going to do that again. Ever.
Yeah, I was just surprised that in her 40s, she, like me, is in her early 40s, and she still was competing at that level. Yeah, she is. Yeah, I think she's 43.
She's 41.
41.
41? Okay, so she's early
much younger
40s.
than you are.
She's not much younger than me at all. We both could have been banging Tiger Woods. The ages just line up, all right? It's just, it works out numbers-wise. I'm not in the Olympics.
She was connected to Tiger Woods.
And
for a
wasn't
while.
she part of that weird thing at a hotel room? Was it Lindsey Vonn that they were like, they leaked her nudes or something like that? Or is that something completely different?
You talking about Aaron Andrews from
Maybe
ESPN?
that one, but didn't something controversial happen with Lindsey Vonn as far as nudity goes, or something that was leaked, part of the fappening?
Maybe. No, well, I don't know. I don't remember her being part of that, but it's possible.
Maybe in my dreams.
The other thing is Aaron Andrews that you're thinking of from ESPN.
That was the keyhole one.
The guy used a keyhole camera to record her completely nude getting ready in her hotel room before the game, and then posted the video online.
Sorry, Lindsay.
Which is just brutal. Like, she's just completely naked in a hotel room, like moving around, curling her hair and stuff, and absolutely brutal. But kind of turned her career in a different direction there for a hot second. Not into nudity or anything, but just turned it into a different thing for a hot second at least.
They said in a bittersweet moment, Vaughn's teammate Breezy Johnson had won the women's downhill. She became the first American woman to take the gold since Vaughn had done it 16 years prior.
Really? Yeah. It was bad. I mean, that watching what they do a lot of times, I realize how much these people put their bodies on the line. When you watch anybody doing the bobsled stuff, very much the same. I mean, you can really do some damage. They're flying. They're jumping on the long jump things that they do. Just an insane distance, right? They're flying at insane speeds when Lindsey Vonn is traversing her way down these hills. It's pretty astonishing. It is. But she did not have a good outing. It did not work out for her. She ended up busting up her leg pretty good. I think they just emergency put her in an ambulance and
no, they had to airlift her
over. Did they airlift her?
Yeah.
I was going to say airlifted
they
her.
airlifted her, and it was in such a way, it looked kind of weird. I mean, airlifting is a crazy thing in and of itself, but they had her it almost looked like she was in a body bag.
Oh yeah,
because they put her on a stretcher, but they covered it up, and
wrapped
zipped
it all
up. Yeah.
It was something. It was absolutely something to see. So she's out, and the Olympics roll on. We got more chat about the Olympics and some of the people who have been speaking from the Olympics and the reaction to it. I got a ton of Super Bowl and halftime reactions that I want to roll through. Some of the more controversial commercials. We're going to do all of that in the second half of the show. Right now, let's get geared up for the next episode. What is coming up on the next episode?
What's coming up on the next episode? All the fun, weird, controversial stories and facts from the Super Duper Bowl. Yet I can't stop thinking about the Puppy Bowl lies, Sean.
I don't know what to tell you. I'm just bringing you the truth here.
The box office seceded their attention to football, but the numbers are still in and not so good for some movies. Plus, send help to everyone, including those that are trying to bring back the festival that a dead guy made. All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
I hope the 5 like-minded people that listen to me are equally as frustrated at you two.
There's 5 people out there who know turbinado is about sugar and not a muscle car from the 70s. What do you drive?
Hello. We already told them, dude. We already told the people about the Lindsey Vonn. Paralympics are cool too? You ain't watching the Paralympics. Come on. Bootsy. There is nothing more virtue signally than, oh, you guys watch the regular Olympics? I watch the Paralympics. That's where the real competition goes down. You don't know me? I know you ain't watching the Paralympics, all right? You turn it on for 5 seconds when there's a break between gold medal rounds. So sad the lead singer from Three Doors Down passed away. True, yeah, that sucked. That guy came out with a video announcing he had cancer in the middle of last year, and the lead singer of Three Doors Down has passed away. That's true.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com. Hi, I'm Kyle from Blindster. I started Blindster in my garage back in
Wheelchair basketball goes hard as F. Okay, what's your favorite wheelchair basketball player? Go ahead.
and always cheaper than big box stores. Blindster.com. Add value and security to your property today by contacting Fence Outlet.
Summer and winter are the pair of Olympics I watch. Ah, I see. I see what you did. Three Doors Down for TIL. That's a good one. That's a good one. That makes sense. I'll put that down. Wheelie Dan is not the name of a Paralympian athlete. I'm 100% sure Wheelie Dan isn't a real thing. disabled boxing is better? My favorite wheelchair basketball player is legless Joe Johnson. I want to apologize to the family of shoeless Joe Jackson. Or is it Johnson? Is it shoeless Joe Johnson or shoeless Joe Jackson? Stubbs McGee is pretty badass. Now you guys are just making fun of them. That's what you've devolved into. Shoeless Joe Jackson. That's what I thought. I know my stuff. They don't call me the king of baseball for nothing, folks. What was big at the box office? I'll tell you in just a second. We'll get into This Week in Florida. And then finally we'll wash out all the controversial halftime stuff. What do we think of the halftime show? What was everybody's reaction to it? We'll get into that in just a bit. Come back.
Mayo, Duke's Mayo. It'll make any dish sing. Get Duke's Mayo in store. It's got twang.
And the winner of the iHeart Podcast Award is...
You can decide who takes home the 2026 iHeart Podcast Awards Podcast of the Year by voting at iHeartPodcastAwards.com now through February 22nd. See all the nominees and place your vote at iHeartPodcastAwards.com.
Audible is a proud sponsor of the Audible Audio Pioneer Award. Explore the best selection of audiobooks, podcasts, and originals all in one easy app. Audible. There's more to imagine when you listen. Sign up for a free trial at audible.com.
Send him your tips and your deepest, darkest secrets. Email tips.
In the world of entertainment and beyond, we'll see what else you need to know about the Super Bowl stuff and all the drama going on behind the scenes here in just a moment. Real quick, at the box office this weekend, number one, again, is that Send Help movie. That's starting to do pretty well considering the amount of money that it costs to make the movie Send Help, which I told you is about a woman who hates her boss. They get stranded on an island after a plane crash, and they have to deal with each other, and it's a horror comedy. It was okay, but people are digging it, and it's number one at the box office. Only $10 million, though. A lot of people just kind of stayed home this weekend. They did a lot of parties and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Solo Mio, whatever that is, was number two.
That's
the YouTuber.
That's the new movie. Kevin James, serious Kevin James movie.
Is it really? It got second place, but only $7.2 million, which is not a lot for second place. Iron Lung, the YouTuber horror movie, is taking in another $6 million, putting them at $31 million. And a lot of the other ones that I don't know. Melania fell out of the top 5, even the top 8, I think. Not a shocking thing, though. The documentaries are usually pretty front-loaded at the box office. They go see those movies when they come out. It gets a spike, and then nobody ever talks about them again. That's how basically the documentaries at the box office seem to work. Not enough people like them. I do. I mean, not the political ones I don't care about as much usually, but
you haven't watched Melania yet?
No, that's not, like I said, that draws me in about as much as a documentary about Michelle Obama. I couldn't care less. I'm not going to use my time watching that. About a million things more interesting to me. But here we go. Let's get into it. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, you can't possibly keep up with all of it. Even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
Potato.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina. Hey.
All you need is love.
Smoke weed every day.
Hold up. The next episode brought to you by that mortgage guy, Don. And all you need is his help when it comes to refinancing or buying a first dream home, debt consolidation, HELOCs, reverse mortgages. Saying if you've got a good quote, very easy to compare. Don't miss the boat. Go to thatmortgageguy.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with thatmortgageguy.com.
62 years ago, 1964, this group right here.
The Beatles.
That is correct. They appeared on the Ed Sullivan Show and earned, hope you're sitting down, $2,400.
Oh, wow.
What's even more wow? The show was watched by 73 million people.
That's a lot, yeah.
And $2,400 in their pockets. Over 50,000 requests were made for the 728 available seats in the theater. And Quincy Jones said of this show, they were the worst musicians in the world. They were no playing mother effers. Paul was the worst bass player I have ever heard. And Ringo, don't even talk about it. Imagine.
Ringo gets so much flack, man.
And then he just posts online, he's like, just peace to the world.
Peace and love. Peace and love, everyone.
Do a peace sign on my birthday.
What year was it?
This was 1964.
All right.
Yeah, there you have it. Now let's get to 2026 because, of course, the big game happened.
Yeah.
Super Bowl, baby. So let's
Super
go through
boring.
the game itself wasn't all that great. Very low scoring. But as far as the halftime show, 135.4 million people, the most watched halftime show since 2018. Do me a quick solid. Who was 2018?
Let's see, 2018.
That Maroon? Maroon 5, or was that Beyonce? Right before COVID.
Justin Timberlake.
Oh, JT.
Yeah.
Is a comeback
Yes.
after the Janet thing. Got it. There you have it. NFL had posted more Bad Bunny highlights to their Instagram than the actual game itself. This one made me LOL. Maybe the same for you guys. Bad Bunny traveled 124.4 yards with the football during his halftime show, which was more than the Patriots.
I did see that a couple times. Very funny.
The Patriots rushed 79 total yards in the actual game.
It was a freeze frame of Bad Bunny with the football in his hand. It said, this son of a bitch has run further than the whole New England Patriots team in the first half. Got him.
Trump did
anybody
react.
calculate Bad Bunny's fantasy stats? Like if he had been in the game, probably would have been better.
Let's do it. I mean, we have time, don't we? The Super Bowl halftime show is absolutely terrible. One of the worst ever. Guess who tweeted that out?
Trump.
You're right. It makes no sense. It's an affront to the greatness of America. And it goes on and on and on and on and on.
My favorite thing about Trump's post about the Super Bowl, and C-Lane picked up on this too, he's talking about the halftime show sucking, et cetera, et cetera. But at the end, he didn't just leave it at that. He's like, and by the way, the NFL should immediately replace its ridiculous new kickoff rule.
He is really obsessed with the kickoff rule.
He wants to change
that
so bad.
And I don't know if that was the reason why the game was boring. Maybe he's right. Maybe that would have spiced things up a little bit more during the game. But
I'll tell you what, I was very excited because the kicker, the one that started off the game for the Patriots, went to my high school.
Oh, yeah?
Yep. Oh, wow. I mean, so much later than I did, but I'm like, I'm a ding-dong, making their way into the NFL. Bad Bunny's football to close the Super Bowl halftime show said, "Together, we are America." And there you have it. Oh, wait. Of course, there's more. We have some fun facts about that boring-ass game. The Patriots' white-on-white fashion has never been done. Seattle only trailed for 1 minute and 35 seconds over the entire postseason. Bad Bunny brought the huge party during the halftime show. We had Lady Gaga, Ricky Martin, Jessica Alba, Pedro Pascal, the girl from Call Me Daddy, Alex. You know? Alex, whatever her name is. Alex Earl. Maybe that was her. All in the back area. I also saw a TikTok that there was some lady in Texas who has like overgrown bamboo in her yard and put it on Facebook Marketplace to say like, come grab it, it's free. And one dude for 5 days kept collecting bamboo, and all I could tell him was it was for a commercial that'll be played during the Super Bowl. It turns out it was the bamboo hut that he fell through during the halftime show.
Can you believe, the thing that kind of did get my attention for a hot second was Ricky Martin. How let's get an age check on Mr. Ricky Martin, because
50-something, I believe.
He's jacked and
great voice still.
54.
He's still in great shape.
He's a good-looking man.
I love Ricky Martin so much, and so does my mom. She's still like, I cannot believe he's gay. But he's so gay.
She could turn him. She can make it happen.
Thank you for saying that about Gila. Now let's go to things other than football. We must bid adieu. We had quite a few celebrity deaths this past weekend.
You gonna talk about the dog again?
I'm sorry, that was in October.
Oh, yeah.
Puppy Bowl. We do bid adieu to Three Doors Down singer Brad Arnold. Died over the weekend after a battle with stage 4 kidney cancer. Only 47 years old, the band says Brad died in his sleep, surrounded by his wife and other family members. He did not have any children. They added Brad helped redefine mainstream rock music, blending post-grunge accessibility with emotionally direct songwriting and lyrical themes that resonated with everyday listeners.
The thing that stuck out to me about
he also wrote Kryptonite.
Yeah, the thing that stuck out to me in all the reporting about him passing away was that they said he wrote Kryptonite when he was 15 years old in math class.
Damn.
Man, that's a good royalty check, if you ask me.
Yeah.
We also lost the founding guitarist for this group right here.
He's going the distance.
Oh, Cake?
Cake is right.
Oh, is this a good thing or a bad thing?
I don't know.
One of them's a pedophile, so it'll be a win if you put the number on the board for one of the Cake members. Yeah.
I am not seeing anything about pedophilia here, but if you'd like to look it up, this is the first I've heard of the pedophile on Cake.
Yeah, that's a thing with them.
Well, Greg Brown passed away. Former band called it a brief illness. The band called Brown an integral part of Cake's early sound and development. He was the writer of that song, The Distance. He left Cake after their third album. And also, very sad news, Lil Jon's 27-year-old son was found dead. We talked last week that he was missing, and it was announced over the weekend that he did pass at 27 years old.
It was the former Cake drummer, Peter Ivan McNeil, who was sentenced to 15 years for abusing a 3-year-old girl.
Oh, my God. Just 15 years?
Just
That's
so you know.
insane.
That's why I said that.
Not Greg Brown, though. Greg Brown in heaven.
Not him. No.
Let's hope. And finally, speaking of old music, maybe you thought it was dead, but alas, it is not. May I introduce you Napster? That is now a slop farm for AI music.
Perfect.
Yay! The hips keep coming. And by that, I mean hits. Now they're saying, according to the new CEO, some guy named John Acunto, Napster was born to break boundaries. And we're doing it again. We see this as a has in store for you. I don't know if they're going to pay you or not. And if you were looking to buy the house that was once featured on this show,
Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad is right. Now, last year, this house in Albuquerque, New Mexico, hit the market for $4 million.
I don't even know if that's a real, if that was a house that you really want to live in full time.
That's
the
not
lady
the one.
hated it.
Hated it. And they made a documentary. She hoses people if they want to even come take pictures.
Yeah, she thought it was a nightmare living at the Breaking Bad house, and then they offloaded it on somebody else.
Bank, man. $4 million they went up for in the market.
Yeah.
Now the asking price has been lowered. Let me do the math real quick. It's down to $400,000.
What?
If you
I thought a streamer bought it. I heard the streamer at least claimed he bought it.
Someone convinced the owner, I guess, to lower the asking price. So maybe it was the streamer. But as of this writing, it was down to $400,000. Maybe the streamer got it. What does that take?
Aiden Ross.
Yeah, Aiden Ross said that he had bought it. I don't know if he was memeing or not, but he said he bought it and he was going to completely redo the place to look exactly like it does on the show.
That's fun.
The exterior was used, not the interior, but he was going to redo it so the interior matched.
Oh, that's fun. And then you pay a little extra and you could throw a pizza on the roof?
Maybe, yeah. Do a little tour, toss a little pizza, a little za.
Love to toss a pizza. On the boob tube, we have got the following. Olympic Winter Games, baby. American Idol auditions on ABC. Peacock NBA Monday. Good luck to the Magic, Bucks, Lakers, and Thunder. As far as late night, Jimmy Fallon and Seth Meyers are doing Olympic stuff. Stephen Colbert's repeat, and Jimmy Kimmel just has Jelly Roll. So follow your dreams and me on Instagram at Sabrina Ambra. Most importantly, stay with me, America.
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you, Sabrina. A couple of emails coming in. Dan says, hi, guys. Longtime listener to the podcast. Hey there, podcaster. I want to let you know, due to previous editing issues, I switched from Google Podcasts to iHeart. Oh, good. Although there are more ads, they don't interrupt the flow, which makes for a better listening experience. However, the YouTube stream is a real gem. I love watching whenever possible. Sean, I think the Skull Mic is a great addition. I also wanted to acknowledge you forfeit your only chance for a break during commercials to provide even more entertainment, and I appreciate that. Look at me, putting it all on the line. It seems like a great outlet for your unfiltered rants as well. Keep up the great work, says Dan the Pool Man. Thank you for the email. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com. The reason for low Super Bowl hype could be neither team has a megastar or coach that was recognized by the general public. Maybe. You know, it could be. I think the only numbers that are coming in are like a CBS estimate on how many people were watching. We'll know when they have the 24 plus ratings, which a lot of people don't know how this works. But like, for instance, I got a bit of a laugh out of the fact that I saw some people going, I'm turning it off the moment the halftime show starts. I'm turning it off so they can see that I have displeasure. And I saw a couple people posting about that. I'm like, that's not how it works.
Yeah,
it doesn't work that way.
My guy.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't work that way. The way ratings work for this stuff is if you're watching a direct measurement platform, which would only be Peacock or like Hulu. Very few
YouTube
of the
TV probably.
YouTube TV probably. There's very few direct measurement platforms where they would go, oh, we registered a duck out, a drop off, where people tuned out of the halftime show because they didn't want to see it in Spanish or whatever. But if you just have a regular television at your house, it doesn't do anything. There's about 20,000 or so Nielsen households across the United States. What they watch is recorded on a device, which is sent back to the company, and they use that to extrapolate how many people were watching something. So if you're watching a program and you want to like protest by turning it off, they don't notice. Unless if you're a Nielsen house person and you go boom and turn it off right as that moment happens, that they'll notice. And you'll be registered as a big wave because, you know, you're representing lots of other households when you do that. But most people didn't understand that. They don't know how many people are directly watching cable and traditional television viewing. It's much more difficult than you would expect. I mean, I even thought for a while, it was like, oh, you know, an interesting thing about satellite radio is unlike traditional radio, satellite radio could probably tell how many receivers are tuned into the station. No, turns out no. They can't.
They didn't think to build that in?
They don't have that feature. That's not functionality that they have. They have to guess and use these like measurement tactics like somebody else. So what you can do is if you go over to an alternative broadcast, like if you watch the TPUSA thing, they'll see how many people watch that and they'll go, all right, does that impact how we want to choose the next Super Bowl halftime performer? Or do we think it was worth it? We don't care if those people went over there. That kind of thing can do something. But just turning off your television, unless you're a Nielsen subscriber, you're watching on a digital platform, they didn't have a single clue that you did it. You just got to keep those things in mind. All right, quick break. When we come back, we will get into some of the stuff that has gone undiscussed so far. The most controversial commercial we haven't even brought up. A commercial that was allegedly going to run, but I don't think it did. I think this may have been like the too hot to run commercial. And then thoughts on Bad Bunny's performance. All of that coming up next on the News Junkie.
Congratulations, Austin. You just won $1,000 from Real Radio.
That is amazing. Love it. Thank you.
Who's
Couple accidents cleared up on Colonial Drive East.
If I go crazy, will you still call me Superman? If I go crazy.
Not causing any problems.
Poor guy.
They're still working on that accident on US 27 northbound near Highlands.
I don't know who I'm more sad about, the 3 doors down guy or the dog. It's been a difficult day.
Tip line at 866-676-8477 from the traffic center of James, Birmingham. This report.
I got some pretty juicy stuff when we come back, so let's spike the punch a little bit and fire things up. I'm keeping my eye out for any updates at all. We have 4 hours until the deadline approaches for the ransom for Savannah Guthrie. Now, I'm going to throw a flag on the field. Savannah Guthrie is way over in Arizona, so it might be 5 p.m. their time. Hello? How was it? Where'd you go? Season 52? Oh, nice. Did you get a soup? What soup did you get? Was it good? Nice. What else you got? Did you like the football game? Did you have a fun time watching the football game?
No.
You don't like football?
I don't care about football, but it just wasn't exciting.
I told everybody that you only would go to the restroom break when the commercials were over. You were more...
Yeah, I wanted to watch the commercials.
Sean had a band called Three Dortneys down? That's not true. No. The commercials... I think the potato commercial might have been my favorite commercial.
My mom likes the Eagle one.
That was good too. That literally is Bud Light going, forget about the trans thing. Look how America we are. The horse is like got eagle wings for a second and then the eagle takes off. Thank God somebody cares about America still. Okay. Godspeed. See you later. Jean says, is it true that Jay-Z gets the job to pick the halftime performer? Apple is currently in charge of the Super Bowl halftime show. Apple works with a panel of people, which is headed up by Jay-Z and his company, Rock Nation or whatever it is. And they do choose the Super Bowl halftime performer. Shocker, he hasn't chosen a lot of rock bands since the beginning of that tenure. The whites have been largely left out. Jay-Z, come on, man. You gonna do Kendrick again next year? That was a weird take, Lawson? What was a weird take? I thought Blue Ivy was Beyonce. Same. I saw that clip real quick where it was like Jay-Z on the sideline. I'm like, well, of course he's here. He's got business here. And I was like, is that Beyonce? And I was like, oh, that's his daughter. His daughter really does look a lot like Beyonce. I was surprised by that. She's like definitely looking a lot older and much more like her mother. Whites are bad, MK? True. True. Starting to sound like those ladies at the yoga. At the yoga place. That one fueled my tank up over the weekend, watching those crazy bitches at the yoga studio screaming at people. I will tell you this, that one of the more offensive things, people were hyping that there was going to be the first footage and the first trailer for the Toy Story 5 movie. And I, as a fan of the Toy Story franchise, was watching closely to see if I could see a trailer for Toy Story 5. Was there a trailer for Toy Story 5? No! There was a Levi's commercial where they showed Woody from Toy Story. They showed the ass of his jeans for like 2 seconds. And they pretended that was going to be some Toy Story bombshell, that he was part of a Levi's commercial. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Florida Mama says, what happened at the yoga studio? It's a pretty viral video from the end of last week where these yoga Karens started shouting at and bullying the employees of the yoga studio that they were at because they fired one of the yoga instructors for talking about ICE and activism during the yoga instruction. And they had put up an ICE out sign on the front door, which they decided they didn't want to get involved in the politics of it. So they took it down. And these crazy ass Karens who are like commie Karens. The new commie Karens are wild to watch. The commie Karens are like, I will not go to any company that doesn't 1,000% agree with my generally fringe political beliefs. So they screamed at these poor employees. It was wild, man. There's like antisocial personality disorder, mental illness on display. It's an indicator of a larger thing that I see happening. But yeah, Big Dog Millionaire. You know what'll be great? When they leave there and then they go to the all-commie yoga studio, and then when that's not enough and they leave that place and they go to the next one, you know as well as I do, those will be really top shelf people. Yeah. They're just voting with their money, right? Otherwise, they're just top shelf people behaving the same way. The idea that the woman behind this took all of the free weights and threw them on the ground so the employees would have to pick them up. Top-notch bitches. Coming back.
Cool Intense Flu. The daytime coughing, aching fever, under your flu medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Win $25,000 in free impact windows from Maurice Windows. Text TRUST to 20129.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Need help after an accident? Just call Mo. Learn more at JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station guaranteed human.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Credit. C-R-E-D-I-T. Credit. Enter it now at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Riding the daily roller coaster of viral news from the front row. It's
On the Savannah Guthrie Ransom front, anytime anything comes in, I'll let you know because the deadline is today and 5 p.m., I think they said. When they say the deadline on the Nancy Guthrie Ransom is 5 p.m., I'm going to assume that they're talking about Arizona time. I'm going to make an assumption
so what's that for us?
You know, they're not on EST and they're talking about like a different time later on in the day for the East Coast. But yeah, there's got to be some developments on that. It would just
mountain time?
They are mountain time.
Yeah, it would just be astonishing to me. Like, I mean, astonishing if they found this woman and she was alive. That would be fantastic in every way. I really hope that for the family. I do see a lot of things going on with law enforcement that make me think there's something more to this story. The idea that they're still investigating the family members' homes and bagging up evidence is kind of strange. But yeah, we'll keep an eye on all of that. If there's any updates, I'll bring it right to you here on the show. Everybody was watching, or a lot of people were watching, one of the different Super Bowl halftime shows yesterday. One of them was Mr. Bad Bunny. The only thing in English was his name, pretty sure. I think like the written text even that he put up on the screen was en Espanol.
No, that was in English.
No, the text on the screen was in Spanish.
On the Jumbotron?
On the Jumbotron, they did the lyrics, but
No, not
at
that.
the
At the beginning, at the like his intro text, it was like written on the screen in Spanish. There was a couple of things like on the props that were in English.
He talked in English for a second there.
Mostly he speaks in like and by the way, when people talk about somebody speaking Spanish, I think a lot of times people think when you unlock a language, everybody who also speaks that language can clearly understand you. That is not the case in a lot of cases. Bad Bunny has like a Caribbean Spanish. So there's a lot of other people, like somebody in Mexico probably would have understood about as much as I did in the performance, which is to say nothing because it wasn't in English. But Bad Bunny goes out there and puts on a performance. I will tell you what I liked, okay? Because I did like a couple of things. I liked the Bushes.
The Bushes was
a lot.
I had
the
no
Bushes,
idea there were people until this morning.
did.
I had no idea. It was so great seeing them go off.
Before the show, before the performance started, I was watching the Bushes move around, so I was like, "Oh, there's people in there." It's like a ghillie suit or something. But watching them maneuver out of the what's the entrance hallway? The tunnel, the football tunnel, and get out onto the field was so hilarious to me. There's something visually just so funny about all these bushes. You can't see their faces or anything.
I had a lot of people did not know. I was just like, "Oh, that set is so interesting."
That
took a very quick, amount of time to put those together. And then realizing it was people in them had to stay perfectly still the entire time is fascinating.
They're working their way out onto the field in the Bush costumes, and they lined
somebody
the
had to have made a
stage.
decision at some point in the planning of the Super Bowl halftime show that goes, what would be easier than setting up all this greenery is just having the people dress as greenery and run out there and be completely still. Like
smart
move.
Smart
I would love to be a fly on the wall for that meeting where they go, we could have all these things set up on truck beds and stuff and just pull it out there like they've done with so many other halftime sets. And they're like, no. You know what'll do this? People.
Here's what we're hearing about this. I'm hearing people inside the trees were paid $18.70 an hour for 70 hours of work because they rehearsed for 8 days plus game day. So the Bushes made $1,300 for just over a week of work to be a Bush for a week, which I guess you could put on your resume. And they made their way out onto the field in what is quite the sight on this big scene that was all, put together very quickly. It's amazing how fast they get all this stuff out there.
Oh, absolutely.
During the Super Bowl. They have to roll out a stage. They have to roll out all the equipment to record and stream the production. They have to have the Bush people come out. They have to do all of this very, very quickly.
I mean,
and
the
they
choreography is insane. I mean, you think about when it comes to this performance, halftime now involves perfect camera work, making sure things hit properly. There's a lot of elements to this, obviously, and a week of rehearsal makes complete sense.
And he doesn't get paid
wrong
for
move,
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, as far as they've said previously, the performers don't get paid. Or they make a very insignificant amount of money and oftentimes put their own money into pieces of the production set.
I thought they were trying not to pay the performers, and that was a little bit controversial, but the NFL's argument was that you make it back in streaming numbers the next day and stuff like that.
And they might be doing that now. That's what it's for. It's because you're on the world's biggest stage, or at least the United States' biggest stage, for a hot moment there. Somebody says the guy who took shrooms at the Super Bowl is freaking out. Yeah. You're like,
what do you mean, man?
What is happening
Y'all
here?
see this?
And watching the performance itself, it was pretty much exactly what I expected when I heard that Bad Bunny was going to perform. For me, the production was good. All the little sets and stuff that Bad Bunny was weaving in and out of were kind of cool and interesting. It had way more energy than last year.
Oh, yeah.
In the Kendrick Lamar performance.
My takeaway that I told people at the party I was at, I went to a neighbor's house who is Hispanic and had a lot of people there that knew the words to the songs. They were super excited about the performance. And I was like,
that's who it was for.
I go, that was much better. I enjoyed it much more than I did Kendrick's. And I realized that I knew about the same amount of words because I didn't really know what the hell Kendrick Lamar was talking about.
To me, I liked everything but the music. I know that's a big part of it, but I liked the production. I thought the production was cool. I thought he put a lot of effort into it. I thought he put on a cool show. The music wasn't for me, and it's not meant for me. The music was obviously targeted at the whole performance.
I felt like I was in 8th grade again, especially when they started to eke in Daddy Yankee, the Gasolina. I'm like, oh my God, this is me. This is what's happening.
They had Lady Gaga pop in and perform for a hot second.
Which was a big surprise. Everyone thought, and I'm sure put some bets in on who the guest star was going to be. And I don't remember Lady Gaga ever being mentioned.
No, and in fact, there were people listening to the warm-ups and saying, oh, it's going to be Travis Scott and somebody else that they said that were going to be performing alongside Bad Bunny, but that didn't happen. It was there were rumors about Lady Gaga. I definitely saw rumors about Lady Gaga, and that did end up happening for a couple of seconds. But yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing that I take issue with is like, it's okay, just so everybody knows. Some of you won't agree with this, but I'm sorry, you're wrong. It's okay if people didn't like this, right? It's okay. Like last year, people didn't seem okay with that. Like, if you didn't like this, what the hell? You're racist. And it's like, hey, let me be the person to break this down for you very quickly. Here's what happened. The NFL wants to push the international success of their sport. They want to turn the National Football League, an American institution, into a global institution so that they can compete with bigger sports like soccer around the globe, right? A lot more money in soccer, and they want to chase even more money and bigger audiences. So they decide we're going to target the Hispanic population, like circle South Florida, circle Mexico, Central America, South America, Spain, Portugal. These are the places that were targeted with the halftime show that was done during the Super Bowl. And if you don't speak Spanish and you don't know Bad Bunny, it's perfectly fine for you to not like it, all right? Despite what people are going to try to tell you if you opine about this today and be like, it wasn't for me, I didn't dig it. I think that's so dumb to like try to force people to like stuff. Now, this was targeting a particular audience, and they probably went bananas for it because that's who it was targeting. And it was a man and a woman getting married. He could have taken a twist there.
I did see a couple of dudes bumping fronts at some point.
I think that they were successful in doing what they wanted to do, which was never to target like a generic mainstream NFL audience. They wanted to go after some other people. I'm sure you do. I disagree with the message that America is like not the United States of America. I disagree with the idea that it's like America is North America, South America, Central America, Canada. This is some grander thing called America. I don't, that doesn't hit with me. I don't know what that is.
That's what they're named.
Nobody talks about America like that. I mean, people in America certainly don't. Therein lies the issue. The performance overall, I thought was like still much better than it was last year. I just didn't care for the music or anything else going on. But people seem to dig it, at least some of you. And I'll state again and a million times, it's totally fine. It doesn't make you racist. It doesn't make you crazy. If you wanted to watch another competing halftime show, or if you didn't like it, if you watched it and it wasn't for you, enough of this nonsense where it's like everybody must agree. We must enforce the opinion. Everybody must agree. Like some people thought it sucked, and that's okay. That's all right. That's how it goes.
Did you guys catch Green Day or...
I missed
Brandy.
Green Day.
So I caught Green Day, and that was another thing where everyone was kind of waiting for them to do their like punk rock, anti-MAGA stuff. They skipped that part.
They didn't do it.
I do believe he did curse.
I saw that he dropped the F-bomb. That's all I saw.
And then they like panned to the drummer who was like, oh, he did it. I'm going to keep with this solo. And Brandi Carlile, I absolutely loved what she did with America the Beautiful.
I missed that entirely.
Charlie Puth, I was very confused.
I heard that guy has like it had an amazing voice.
He does, and he has like what is considered to be perfect pitch, much like Elton John. But it sounded like he was lip syncing, or I don't know what was going on, but it was very strange. Especially it was right after Brandi Carlile's rendition of America the Beautiful, which was fantastic. But I did appreciate it, both.
Yeah, I missed a lot of that stuff in the run-up right before it. I did not get to see that. But I did watch the halftime show, and I was peeking on my phone at the counter-programming TPUSA thing to see what kind of numbers they were drawing in and to see what the reaction to it all was. I didn't listen to any of that, so I can't really tell you like if they all sucked or if the performers were no good. It seems stale, and I don't like the idea that it wasn't live, as I said earlier. I don't know why they probably wanted less problems, would be my guess. Like, we haven't done this. We don't want to have a whole bunch of technical issues, so let's record it and then play it back on our stream.
But I mean, come on, Kid Rock, like at least if you're going to not sing and like lip sync, pretend to do it, buddy. Like
That was bad.
It was he would just remove the microphone from his face and decide to stop lip syncing, and the track is still playing.
Yeah, I think they could have done better, but it's the first time they've ever done this thing, as far as I know. And I believe they said afterwards that they were already going to do it next year. Now, what I wish
without knowing who they're counter programming,
I wish there was the Super Bowl halftime show, and then other options. And I wish the other options were free of politics. It doesn't need to be, in my view, a political thing. It could just be like, hey, if you don't dig this thing, guess what? There are people with different opinions out there. And you might like this. Here's another option. You might like this. You might want to tune into this. And I think having more competition like that would be awesome. And in this case, we don't usually see that. We see much more of just like, we're going to run the Puppy Bowl, or we're going to run like old clips of basketball games. People usually give up when it comes to competing with the actual game itself. But let us know what you thought. If you would want to get involved in this whole thing, send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. There was a bunch of people at the second place that we went to who were younger, and younger people seem to very much enjoy it. At least that's what they were saying publicly. They were like, that was amazing. Really liked it. Had a good time. So that demographic, from my very anecdotal experience, seemed to dig the performance as well. And overall, it's probably just going to be seen as a win because a huge amount of people tuned in, and the Super Bowl halftime show became a thing in the zeitgeist, a thing out there that people talk about, which is the goal every year. So there you are. But I'll stand by it 1,000,000%. It's like some people aren't going to like this. And the idea that you like think that there's something wrong with them for not doing it, you could look at this is one of the key things to me. If you want to know what they were going for, look at Bad Bunny's album sales. I was looking this up because I was curious. Bad Bunny has sold about 100 million albums, which is a lot. We were comparing that to Kid Rock, who was, I believe, around 20 million or somewhere in that range that he had sold in his career. But of the 100 million albums that Bad Bunny has sold, only about 4 million of them have been in the United States of America. This was always about targeting a larger international audience. These are the same kind of reasons why they have these games at the beginning of the season that might be in like Germany or Brazil, where the different places around the world, because they want to make even more money. It's not enough. I feel like they have a lot, but they want to make more, and they want to make the sport a bit more international. There you go. Let us know what you think. We'll get to your comments when we come back. Also, I wanted to go in another direction because we haven't talked about the Anna Kepner thing that much. We did go over it a bit with Amy Kaufeld in jury duty. I'll have the full rundown for you on what happened with the cruise ship murder, where the stepbrother is finally, it looks like, about to face some charges here. So we had a long-awaited update in that story, and we'll do that in jury duty in just a bit. All of that coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is.
The Monsters in the Morning.
That's not the point of the argument.
But it is because of tips.
No. She's got a Ferrari, right? Let's say that, but it's got a Datsun engine in it.
Listen.
Oh my God.
Listen.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center. Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
Looks like that accident's cleared up on US 27 northbound near Highlands Reserve Boulevard. On I-4, there's a couple accidents to look out for. Eastbound near 429, that's off to the shoulder. Eastbound before US 192, that's off to the shoulder as well. The right lane's blocked on John Young Parkway northbound at Pleasant Hill Road. There's an accident getting cleared up there. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Terminix. Termite Alert. It is termite swarm season, and they are officially here in Florida. Termites can attack your home or business and cause costly damage. Don't live with a termite problem. Before you see termites this swarm season, Terminix it. Schedule a free inspection at Terminix.com.
Ladies, Valentine's Day is Saturday, and if you're still shopping around for the perfect gift for the man in your life, skip.
See you later. Go, Mike. Activated.
They'll be waiting for him because it's not just some ordinary barber shop. Welcome in is a lounge designed for men, and looking sharp should feel just as good. So check out one of their great.
Yeah, that was the only vibes I didn't like. I don't connect with. This was very much, in some ways, a performance like the Kendrick Lamar one. If you're like, I thought that was boring. That wasn't for me. I didn't like it. People be like, what? There is only one acceptable opinion. You agree? It's like, damn, calm down. The fuck is wrong with you people? Like, some people are gonna dig stuff. Some people are not gonna dig stuff. Some people are targeted by stuff. Some people are not targeted by stuff. And there's stuff that resonates with different audiences, and they're purposely choosing which demographics they want to target. There's zero wrong with that. You're actually a weirdo if you want to just like kind of force people at gunpoint to agree with you. Like, you will like Kendrick. Calm down. Calm down. Phrase said, Sean, younger demos like Bad Bunny because they play his music at the clubs. I still think if you went around to half of these younger people who were like, oh, Bad Bunny was great. I'd be like, what's your favorite song? And they'd be like, I don't know, you know? And that's okay, but like, there's a couple reactions that I see. One is actual Spanish people who speak Spanish, who are immersed in Hispanic culture. They were like, that was crazy. That was amazing. That was, talking directly to me. Great. Then you have people who like the music and are adjacent to that. And they're like, enjoyed it. That was great. Then you have some younger people who are like, this was a cultural phenomenon. Yeah. And then you have the great pretenders, who are a bunch of people who are like, they think that the right opinion is to say you like something, even if you didn't like it. You're like, it was the greatest I've ever seen. It was so amazing. It was so amazing. It was the best I've ever seen.
When things go wrong, we do what's right.
That lingering sniffle, congestion, or fatigue, is it the flu?
Some like artistic people, some don't. Well, I mean, Jesus, friend, if anything's in the eye of the beholder, I think that would be it, wouldn't it?
Same-day answers and personalized treatment plans designed to get to the root of the problem, not just mask the symptoms. Aspire offers real solutions.
Like, for instance, if they had chosen the band Ghost to perform halftime, there would have been a contingent of people who would have been like, this is awesome. Those same Hispanic people would be like, what is this horse shit? This is terrible. I don't know what's on my television right now. I'm not watching this. Actually, I heard the Spanish station has a counter-programming thing where Daddy Yankee's going to perform, and I'd watch that instead, right? Like, these are all different worlds where the audience would have gone in different directions. But just pretending like there is only one correct opinion, that's what's wrong with some of you people. Give people a little space, for God's sake. You're allowed to like some things and not like other things. Some things are for you and they're not for other people. You didn't see me go into the movie theater during Wicked and protesting and be like, I think musicals suck. Musicals suck. Musicals suck. I was like, this one's not for me. Although I'll take part in that protest if you guys want. Musicals suck. Musicals suck. Except I do like some musicals, I'll say. A few. But a lot of them suck. All right, here we go.
Learn more and schedule at VaxAssist.com. That's VAXAssist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
This month, iHeartRadio is celebrating the stars of the 2026 Winter Games. Alta, Wyoming raised Jalen Koff, widely considered the fastest mogul skier in the world. With an aggressive style that attacks the fall line, she charges through the bumps at breakneck speeds while throwing massive airs. Already an Olympic silver medalist, Koff returns to the mountain with her eyes fixed on the top spot. In a sport judged on turns, air, and speed, she plans to leave no doubt that she owns the mountain. For more Winter Games gold, search Olympics on the iHeartRadio app.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Credit. C-R-E-D-I-T. Credit. Enter it now at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Now back to the most viral newsroom on planet Earth. This
You look arrested. I'm glad you got your lazy ass up and went to work. Unlike some people for Super Sick Monday who said, enough's enough, I'm not going in today. You did it. You made it to work today. Congratulations, friend. While many, many others, I think they said 40 million or so plus will not make it to work the day after the Super Bowl. We'll see what you think about everything happening in the world. You can also send over your dispatches, in particular for Rate My Blank. I'm stacking these up over here. And this time we're doing Rate My Super Bowl Spread. Some of you got some pretty impressive dispatches coming in for Rate My Blank today.
Very creative.
There are a lot of really good Super Bowl spreads. So we'll look at those later on in the show, probably in the final hour of the show, and crown a victor and Rate My Blank today. Okay. There are a lot of people asking about the Savannah Guthrie situation and updates on that, including Kelly, who sent along something about how analysts are looking at this. And there's some people suggesting that they don't really believe the mainstream narrative about how this abduction took place. And the truth is, right now, no one really knows, except for the family and law enforcement. Those people know. You've got like 3 bubbles of knowledge here, and that's it. One bubble is all the things that the family and law enforcement know, which is probably pretty much they're on board with each other for most things, unless it's about investigating the family. Law enforcement and the family are one bubble of information. We don't know what they know. The second bubble would be some of these media outlets that have received ransom notes or other notes from the alleged perpetrators. They know things that they're not telling us. They know things that were in those notes that they're not sharing with everybody else. And the third is just everybody watching this unfold.
Hi.
Which, it happens with anything else. You got like the sleuths, as they call them, the internet sleuths, trying to solve the mystery of what happened here, and everybody kind of guessing at what's going on.
Has the ransom note been leaked at all?
Not at all that I've seen.
That's fascinating to me.
Yeah. I'm surprised too. I don't know what that means. Maybe they, like, for obvious reasons, there's stuff in there that they would want to hold back from the public, but nobody's even redacted and then released something.
Right.
Just to give us an idea of what it looked like. None of that. And maybe they want that information to stay with them and law enforcement. There'll be a lot more that we learn on this. And I think this week is when it's all going to blow up, because the deadline on this whole thing is in just a handful of hours. I'm assuming, because the family said they were going to pay the ransom, I'm assuming that the $6 million Bitcoin ransom has been paid. I'm assuming that they've made that payment somehow. I don't even know how difficult that is. Like, if you have a bank account, most people don't have millions of dollars in their bank. Okay, just for the record, you have millions of dollars in investments. Nobody really has just millions of dollars stacked up in the bank. That's dumb money. You take your money and you put some in your checking account, you put some in your savings account as a backstop, and then anything else you have beyond that is money that you might put into investments or your 401k or various other things. And you have to make some of that stuff liquid in order to get the money for a ransom like this.
That has to then be in Bitcoin, right?
That you have to get your money liquid, then you have to buy Bitcoin, then you have
to go to one of those ATMs at the gas station.
Well, I don't know. I mean, the volume of Bitcoin is very big too. So you got to be doing on this in some trustworthy platform.
Coinbase is like, we'll take care of it. Can you just mention us when you pay it?
I don't know how that whole process is going to go, but I wouldn't be surprised if, when it gets to this level, somebody from the FBI goes, hey, I'm a cryptocurrency expert. If you guys want any help on any of that, I can arrange safe and secure payments quickly, blah, blah, blah. But it can't be, it's certainly not like the snap of a wrist.
But they've had a couple days to kind of plan for this. What was the first day we found out there might be a ransom note? It was when they had that impromptu press conference.
8 days, 9 days, longer.
And I think that was Wednesday of last week.
Yeah, so you're right. They've had time, but they would have to been preparing for this in all the days that followed and saying, we are going to pay the ransom eventually. Let's get some money together. Let's get some Bitcoin together. All I'm saying is I don't think it's something you could do just really easily. I think there's at least a couple of steps involved that would make that take up some time. And time is of the essence when you got a clock ticking on a deadline.
What an awkward room that must have been in to figure out how they were going to split the payment,
Yeah.
Got Savannah there, and then her sister and brother just going, So
you $800 maybe?
You said that you were going to pay it. We didn't necessarily say we were going to pay it.
We don't
She's
really
very
have
wealthy.
it.
What's our net worth on Savannah Guthrie? I know these are very accurate.
It was in the tens of millions, wasn't it?
I wouldn't be surprised. She's making really good bank from the Today Show and is a very likable personality, honestly, if I'm just being real with you.
Actually, it's 40 million is what's coming up.
Okay, so she's got the money to pay this off. I'm doing some assuming here.
And that was according to Newsweek, so probably a little more accurate than, say, just like a celebritynetworth.com.
But it wouldn't shock anybody if her siblings didn't have the $8 million, right? Like if they didn't have the money to put up to do this to begin with, and Savannah Guthrie had to foot the bill herself, wouldn't shock me necessarily. Now, question for everybody. I'm bringing this over to chat, to C-Lane, Sabrina, everybody else who watched the Super Bowl. Did the Epstein Survivors thing actually air, or did they just say that there was going to be an Epstein Survivors commercial and it didn't actually air during the Super Bowl?
I did not see it. So
I did not either. I didn't actually see the ad play. I saw it online. I'll play it for you guys in a second.
I did see someone compare the Ritz cracker commercial to some sort of nudge at the Epstein stuff.
I didn't see that one.
Hardy Harway. I also didn't see the comparison, but she was stretching, and it has since gone viral on TikTok.
I think maybe what they were suggesting was that the Epstein survivors are releasing a video while the Super Bowl is going on, or
okay,
not because again, it costs $16 million to put an ad on at least during the Super Bowl.
Does that mean that they do their one Epstein Survivors Super Bowl ad, and then they have to put some more Epstein Survivors ads on other NBC products like the Olympics?
It might have to. It might have to. I'm assuming that they just released this online, but I had some questions, and this was some of these women who are claiming they're victims of Epstein and survivors, and after all these files have been released and people have been arguing about them, and I don't know what percentage of the total we're at, but we could look that up perhaps, what percentage of the total Epstein files have been released. They dumped a lot more last week, but these women released a new ad. Here they are. Let's see. On November 19, 2025, the Epstein Files Transparency Act was signed into law. They're just staring at the camera now. 3 million files still have not been released. They're just photoshopping their mouths.
After years of being kept apart, we're standing together.
Standing together.
Because this girl deserves the truth.
Because she deserves the truth.
Because we all deserve the truth.
They're showing photos of them as young. Stand with us. Tell Attorney General Pam Bondi it's time for the truth. And then World Without Exploitation, I guess, is the name of the group that put the ad together. So this is like these Epstein ladies. The question that I have when I see stuff like this, and maybe I'm just totally missing the boat here. I'm like, if you're the Epstein survivors, why don't you just tell us who did what?
Some of them have, I think, right?
Why is there a mystery on this? If there are women who are saying that they have been abused in a broader sense, and like there have been people, if there's been anybody, one person that hasn't been brought to justice, who are they? Say who the person is. Like at this point,
they have, and that's what's in the docs, but it's all redacted. Maybe that's the point.
I don't know that anybody's made that claim. These women, why do they need documents released? Why can't they just tell us who the people who should be arrested are? Like, if somebody
going to believe them?
Yes. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. If say like point fingers, name names. Say, look, folks, I was abused. Here's my experience, and it was this person and this person. And then they put together a case. That person would have their day in court or whatever. But it seems weird. It's like they'd want the files released, as opposed to, if they're the victims, I'm like, why aren't they naming names? Why aren't they pointing out the people who have not been brought to justice, who victimized them in these circumstances? They probably have the most valuable information of all. They're the human beings that were at the center of this. That's the thing that I don't get. Crazy Drunk Cat Lady says no one believes them. I think that's just brutally wrong. I think there's probably nobody that has a better audience of people actually believing them, since there's a huge contingency on the right of center and on the left of center that is very excited about Epstein file stuff. So I think people, if you start pointing fingers, would be willing to listen to these stories and believe them. I'm just wondering, like, why isn't the commercial that? Run a commercial and go, this person, this person,
that
and
would
this
be
person.
a hell of a Super Bowl commercial.
Throw the gauntlet down. Say, like, this person did this and they need to be arrested. The fact that they're not in jail is an injustice, and I'm calling them out. The truth, by the way, the truth is always the best defense of any kind of, if somebody was going to sue you because they believe you lied about them or defamed them or whatever. If you're telling the truth, you're 100% protected by the First Amendment of the United States Constitution. So that's the thing I'm most confused about. Like, we're getting these ads from them, but like, just name the people. Tell us who they were. Tell us what was going on. That's the information I want. I want to see any sicko, pervert, weirdo, whether they're in the band Cake playing drums or in Congress or, Washington, D.C. or somewhere around the world or in the Royal Palace in the UK. I want to see that person dragged to the center square and charged with their crimes and hopefully put behind bars for the rest of their lives. But I feel like, why aren't we hearing any more names from the people? That's the thing it doesn't make sense to me. Let me know what you think. Send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com.
And every time I go to jmail.world and look through the emails, the thing that gets me every time I visit the page is the most recent email that came into Jeffrey Epstein's Gmail account. And it was some guy named Cody put, "You are dead, LOL, good riddance."
And it made it in there?
August 13th, 2019. Somebody emailed him, "You are dead, good riddance, LOL."
Feral Kitten on Twitch says, nothing, all caps, actually protects a victim unless the person literally is arrested and tried and sentenced. Well, how do you do that if they're not naming names? Now, there's a very pernicious thing that happens on the backside of these discussions, and it's almost like it goes in the absolute wrong direction for me. If anybody ever wrongs you, you should 1,000,000,000% publicly name that person for doing so. Specifically, if that person has sexually abused you, whether you're a child or not, you should 1,000%. Let's give the agency to these women that they absolutely deserve. You 1,000%, if you're a victim in these circumstances, should be naming these people. And whether or not you can piece together after X amount of years a court case that will nail them in a court of law is another question. Although I think juries will probably be pretty willing to side with a lot of people caught up in this whole mess right now. But I don't like that. I mean, I think that people should feel like after something happens to you, you should immediately speak out. You should immediately report the people who wronged you, because that's the best way to stop this kind of stuff from happening in the future. Let me know what you think. Send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. And keep sending those Rate My Blanks. Keep sending your Super Bowl spreads. If you took a photo of it, I know some of you did, send those over at thenewsjunkie.com as a photo dispatch. All right, when we come back, we will do jury duty. Savannah Guthrie updates, Anna Kepner updates. That's that cruise ship murder with the stepbrother. I got some of the details on that rolling in that I think might change everything. And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
AI doesn't feel rage or joy or shame.
Hello, jury duty coming up next. Breaking news. Breaking news. I'll get into this. Actually, I'll get into it in jury duty. Hang on. Stand by. Some breaking news in the Nancy Guthrie case. I'll put it right at the beginning of jury duty.
Where passion meets education, offering over 60 career-focused programs ranging from nursing and early childhood education to business and IT.
Okay.
Starting fresh or leveling up, there's a path here built for your goals. Learn more at rasmussen.edu.
Welcome in, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you had a great weekend. Hope you enjoyed yourself. Hope your team won the Super Bowl. Some of you just have, in my view, strange takes that lean more into victimization, I think, when it comes to stuff like this. We should never tell women, we should never tell victims of sexual abuse that coming forward, naming names, going out and getting rape kits or any of that stuff is something that you should avoid doing. We should give the agency to all the women who are in these terrible situations or other people who are abused like this. And those people should 1000% come forward. That's the best thing to do. I mean, for a while we were going down a path of like, this woman would have said stop during the sexual encounter, but she was too scared to say stop. Like, that kind of shit is bad. That's pernicious. That's really dangerous stuff to get out there. We should tell all victims to come forward to law enforcement or whoever and to tell people who wronged them. Just a fundamental disagreement. It's indefensible to be a pedo supporter? True. Farrell Kitten says, do you understand every time the victim has to share the story, take the stand, they're living it again and again? This is like, you're doing the thing. You know what I mean? Like, oh no. So then they shouldn't do it? What a terrible message. Literally, what a terrible message. Like, they have to go through this again and again. The goal is to stop the people who are predators. To do that, we need to empower people to speak up and call out their abusers. This is a terrible situation that you're trying to draw people into. He doesn't get it. Has it occurred to you that it's maybe because it doesn't make sense? Does that occur to you? How can you stop the predators? Have insane power and cannot be stopped? I think that's just a fundamentally wrong version of what's going on. If it was anybody, you know, if it was anybody in power around the world, people would hear someone out and hear their story out, and they would be able to chase justice in their world. I don't get behind any message that suggests you can't. These women are plenty brave. They're coming forward. They're recording these messages. I'm just saying, if they know somebody's name, they should be saying it. They should.
Oh, you can stay in your car. It only takes 10 minutes. I can stay in? Get out. I better find a good playlist to listen to while I wait.
How would a rape kit help when you've been trafficked in Mar-a-Lago? Who was trafficked at Mar-a-Lago?
What about something classic?
Go ahead.
Nah. You got any suggestions? Dad rap. Now you speaking my language. Take 5. The stay in your car 10-minute oil change.
To everyone looking for a little something extra, Delicious Rewards has officially arrived.
Feral Kitten full unhinged. Jesus Christ. 2 minutes. We're gonna have to agree to disagree. I think women should stand up and target their accusers, and they're brave to do so. And you think they shouldn't, I guess. To me, I'm just not gonna ever agree with you. Sorry. You saw the pic of Zuckerberg and Musk at dinner that Jeffrey sent to himself? I did not. But that's because there's an awful lot of information in those files, and there's an awful lot of it that I haven't seen. How do you know they didn't tell? Well, I know they didn't tell because if there's a name that they know, it hasn't been made public, any of these people, and they should directly face their, the people who did this to them. It's just clear and obvious. All right, we're coming back in just a minute. Big update on the Nancy Guthrie case incoming. Here we go.
You got this.
Dayquil Intense Flu. The daytime coughing, aching fever, under your flu medicine. Uses directed, keep out of reach of children.
Are you a fraud-paying American? 1 in 4 tax-paying Americans have been victim of identity fraud. With LifeLock, your identity, if it's stolen, they fix it guaranteed or your money back. And last year, billions in refunds were stolen. Could be from your salary, overtime, or second job. Gone. But this year, you don't need to stay a victim. Because this tax season, fraud-paying American is something no American should have to claim. Save up to 40% off your first year with the promo code BECK. Visit LifeLock.com. Terms do apply.
Check out Chumba Casino's new social slot game. Ryan Seacrest 10K Ways. 10,000 ways to play means 10,000 ways to have more fun. Ryan Seacrest 10K Ways, only on Chumba Casino.
Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
When a heart stops, the clock starts. You are the first responder until help arrives. In that moment, heroes aren't wearing uniforms. They're wearing pajamas, work boots, jerseys, high heels. They're not waiting. They're stepping in. 4 minutes without action can mean brain damage. 6 minutes can be too late. You don't need medical training to help. You need knowledge. You need courage. The American Heart Association isn't just raising awareness. We're building a life-saving movement. Learn CPR. Be ready. Visit heart.org/nation.
Radio 104.1.
Tackling sensitive subjects with unparalleled irreverence.
News coming in. Really interesting update that I was waiting for on the Savannah Guthrie case. Of course, her mother missing now for over a week, Nancy Guthrie, and we'll get to those details in a moment. To your dispatches, emails, and all the rest, always feel free to reach out. tips@thenewsjunkie.com. If you want to be anonymous, put that on top so I don't read out your name. But right now, here goes nothing. Let's jump in. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass. You're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Jury duty brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. 800-CALL-MO, 800-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. After an accident, there's lots of attorneys out there. You know that as well as I do. So just choose the attorney that I think is the best decision. And I think you'll probably agree. You hear Moses DeWitt on the show. So reach out, 800-CALL-MO. That's the number, 800-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. All right, a couple of things here. Number one, breaking news just coming in, and I was wondering if we were going to get this information. I told you there's like 3 bubbles of info, and each one of them knows more than the rest about the Nancy Guthrie abduction. The lowest is the regular people, us. We're just like, We're taking in all the information that we get. The next level is a couple of media outlets that actually got the notes and have a little bit more of a connection to some of the data going on. And then the third level is like law enforcement and family. They know the most, and they probably know a lot of stuff that they're not sharing with us. You could push law enforcement to the top if you wanted to, because I am quite sure law enforcement has some things they're not even sharing with the family. That just it would really surprise me if that wasn't the case.
Like why they're raiding all their houses.
Yeah. I mean, if they suspected one of the family members was actually the mastermind behind this.
That was an early rumor.
Yeah, it was even brought out by Ashley Banfield on her show, where she was like, it is the son-in-law, I believe, is who she pointed the finger at. I don't think they would be telling all of that to the family. So you might be able to put them on the top. But in one of those bubbles is TMZ. And here's the update. A Bitcoin account purportedly set up to collect a ransom for Nancy Guthrie remains empty as the 5 p.m. deadline approaches, according to TMZ.
Access to that?
TMZ got the note, so TMZ has the Bitcoin wallet number, so TMZ can do what C-Lane was talking about earlier and like monitor that account. And the moment that the requested amount of Bitcoin rolls in, TMZ is watching and they would be able to know. And they're not alone because several other TV stations got some sort of notes as well.
And I remember seeing, what's his name? Harvey something, right?
Harvey Levin?
Talking about, based on the note and the information they had, he was trying to narrow down where he thought Nancy was being held.
Yeah, because he was saying, and there's so much speaking without saying anything that's going on here. Mm-hmm. Harvey was basically saying that TMZ got this note, and there's something in there that he didn't want to mention about the release of their mother, of Nancy, what's her name? Guthrie. The release of Nancy Guthrie. And I think he said something along, I'm reading into it a little bit, but it's something along the lines of, once the ransom is paid, we will deliver Nancy to you within X amount of hours. So on TMZ, they just kind of circled the portion of the United States that you could traverse to in that period of time.
Right.
And they're like, well, the abductors must be in this area so that if there's a deal made and they do send the Bitcoin, that they can bring the the mother back. I think that's what they were trying to figure out.
Why would they do that themselves? Why not just like drop her off at a Walmart or something? They're going to bring the mother to the family? It seems like you want to get arrested.
I think that they would do that, C-Lane. It just makes way more sense what you're saying. It makes way more sense that they would go, I'll drop her off at a gas station somewhere and haul ass as fast as I can. And then by the time the cops get there, I'm long gone and they can't chase me down. But the TMZ people were acting like, well, because of something in the letter, we know that they're within this many hours of driving. I don't know what that means, but there's something there.
And this is so public, too. And I go back to, TV movies, maybe some past kidnapping events, but it's like, don't involve law enforcement. Don't tell anybody. Unmarked bills. And it's like, this is so public that I am surprised that more people that just want to get in on this money, at the very least, are not trying to be like fake about it. Not trying to call themselves the kidnappers to get a quick Bitcoin or two.
Somebody's already been busted on that. Yeah. Still no official word on whether the ransom demand is legit, but TMZ is reporting that there is no money in the Bitcoin account now. Some of you are off your rocker today. Ghostbird on Twitch says, do you really want to pay out for a dying individual?
Oh my
God. If it was my mother, I would 100% pay so my mom lives, even if she's old and in failing health. Yes, unquestionably.
That was a weird comment.
Yeah, I would definitely want to do that.
I get it.
So many miles on her.
Oh my God.
You're a monster. I would pay whatever I had if it was my mother. And I think you would too.
Jokes aside.
I don't get this sometimes.
They obviously want the money. So do you think that they possibly prepared ahead of time? Like, the big thing off the bat when this news broke was like, she needs medication. This particular medication every single day. If not, she will die or be in very poor health. Do you think that they like prepared for that? Got the meds as well?
We had some emails talking about that last week where people were saying, were they close enough to the family? Did they know what she needed? Did they search the house in the 45 minutes they had and look at her prescriptions and ask her about it? Who the hell knows? I don't know. I mean, there's so many theories floating around. One of the neighbors had a theory, and I'm like, that's not the worst theory I've ever heard. She said, when I see the overhead footage of Nancy Guthrie's house, her roof is stark white, like freshly painted white. You might want to look into the contractors who were recently painting the house to see if they noticed who this person was. And then maybe they said, let's take note. Her daughter's really wealthy. There's so many theories. Yeah. And I think that's an Arizona thing. It's so friggin' hot out there. All right, quick break. When we come back, we'll get into the final hour of the show, the power hour. I still got those Anna Kepner updates. I got a story about an ice cream truck. It's going to get weird. There's a lot coming up, and it's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Congratulations, Chad. You just won $1,000 from Real Radio.
Thank you. I've been playing this game for years.
Who's next? Your chance to win is minutes away, courtesy of Mills Air.
iHeartRadio.
Olympics update.
The U.S. men's ice hockey team will make its Olympic debut Thursday against Latvia. American Matthew Tkachuk says this is a surreal experience.
It's over. It's kind of crazy.
Hello, hang tight. Go back activated. Stand by, please. I'll watch your chats. I have a short amount of time, so I have to use the restroom very quickly. Stand by.
Northbound before that US 192 exit. You're still going to get stuck in some delays on I-4 getting through that amusement park area. There's a crash on Apopka Vineland Road at Osceola Parkway getting cleared up. Look out for an accident where John Young Parkway meets Pleasant Hill Road. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the traffic center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Fall in love with how easy car care can be. Drive into Valvoline Instant Oil Change today for a quick and easy oil change in about 15 minutes. No appointment needed. Go to VIOC.com for money-saving coupons. Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Hey Orlando, Joe Rossi here for Greenway Kia. Thanks to recent Federal Reserve rate cuts, interest rates are coming down. As low as 0% APR on select new Kias. If you've been thinking about a new Kia, this is your moment. Greenway Kia offers financing options designed to work with today's lower rates, even if your credit isn't perfect. Shop one of the nation's largest Kia inventories online at greenwaykias.com. We make the deals other dealers won't. I'm Joe Rossi, and I want to see it in a Greenway Kia.
When fire tears through a building, the damage can feel impossible to overcome. That's when Paul Davis Restoration steps in. The experts at Paul Davis understand how devastating fires can be to your commercial property and livelihood. For over 50 years, they've led the way in restoring properties after large-scale fire damage. With rapid response and experienced teams, Paul Davis helps to rebuild faster and stronger, guiding owners every step of the way. Learn more at PaulDavis.com. Paul Davis Restoration. When things go wrong, we do what's right.
Sorry you have a worse impression of your fans, me, says Ghostberg. What? I literally read what you posted. What is my worst impression of my fans is what? I literally read the comment you posted. Yeah, I mean, I'm just telling you, honestly, I would, if it was my loved one, I wouldn't want to pay somebody who did that because I'd be worried about what it encouraged, but I would pay, I would pay to keep somebody alive, personally.
I think we can all agree that plumbing issues are the worst, and it's always great to have a seasoned professional ready to go if you happen to run into those problems. Enter Modern Plumbing Industries. From houses to high-rises, these guys are Central Florida's plumbing company. Employee-owned and in business since 1975. Their integrity and workmanship are second to none, and they have some great deals as well. If you mention the Jim Colbert Show, you'll receive $50 off your service call. Book your appointment today at 407-327-6000 or hop online at Modern PI.
Gina has a secret camera on Sean's toilet? Please, no. Hello? Oh, there you go. I think I got you. Excellent.
Come on, kids. We're almost there. The map says straight ahead.
45 seconds. We're coming back for the power hour of the show. I ruined the whole break because I had to pee. All right, back in a second.
You're one step ahead. One a day 50 plus. The one for you. This statement has not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat.
Wait up. You're one step ahead. One a day 50 plus. The one for you. This statement has not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisor. Visit TrajanWealth.com.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Accidents happen, but Mo's here to help. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. GOLD. 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 Enter it now at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Broadcasting live from the world's most dysfunctional think tank. This is the News Junk.
Liked it so much, I doubled it up.
Guy really wants you to join the parade, man.
You will listen to it, and you will like it. All right. We're going to get to your emails, and it's easy to email the show. Just send an email to tips, TIPS, at thenewsjunkie.com with whatever is on your mind. A lot of people are doing just that. I appreciate it. Keep those coming in. If you want to be anonymous, put that up on top. We got theories galore coming in on the dispatches side of things. And everybody has a level of confidence about this when it comes to specifically the Nancy Guthrie thing that I just don't have myself. I have not watched a story like this in a long time where I was so unsure of the hand that I'm playing as an observer that I don't even, I hesitate to try to predict what's going to happen next. I don't know if there is an abductor. I don't know if this is an inside job. I don't know.
It's been so long, too. And we have a deadline date, which is strange.
I don't know if this woman's alive. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's in these notes.
But the thing I think I'm most curious about is this whole medication thing. How they said early on that she takes this medication that could be fatal if she doesn't have it. And we're now 8-9 days into this, whatever. And it seems like she probably wouldn't have had access to that unless somebody on the inside knew about it. You know, somebody knew that she needed it and procured some for her.
Yeah, and that's why it's when people say, well, if it wasn't the lady from the Today Show's mom, would any of this be in the news? And I'm like, yes, at this point, this has all the whodunits, all the whodunit information that one could ever ask for. That's what makes a story really pop off. You need a couple of very interesting twists in it, and it will transfix the public. And it really doesn't matter too much. Like, do certain things help if the people are attractive? Sure, sometimes you'll get the story about the hot woman who's gone missing or the hot guy who possibly killed her. But mostly the public just likes a mystery that's unraveling in front of them. And I have way less confidence that I'm going to be able to predict the outcome of this than Flip does. But Flip says Savannah Guthrie's mom's in Mexico.
Okay, so from the very beginning, they only mentioned one time the health support staff for Savannah's mom. And with the close proximity to Mexico, my in-laws lived in Tucson for a while, and they would say, not on a daily basis, but weekly, there would be, immigrants, that had just crossed over the border, running through the desert, running through their yards and neighborhoods and stuff like that. So, which makes me think that with the close proximity to Mexico and the readily available prescription drugs, why, if somebody were to take her, why would you not take her over the border to Mexico, hold her there? You're able to get her prescription drugs to keep her safe and alive for pennies on the dollar without a prescription. You can just walk right into a Mexican pharmacy and make that happen. If they knew what they were doing and had it planned out, they would have all that ready so that she wouldn't be harmed, and so on and so forth. So I mean, that's just a theory. Maybe that's the movie person in me, but
it's a theory. I agree.
They also harmed her, though. There was blood on the scene.
I'm not fully discounting your theory, but I'll tell you right now, it's not like the border is wide open as it has been in the past. It's not like travel across the southern border with Mexico is quite as easy as it was previously. I don't know that would be the move here, but all of this is just guesses and speculation.
Was Mexico in TMZ's circle?
It was actually.
All
yeah,
right.
Yeah, a portion of Mexico was shaded in on the map where they were like, they could be from Mexico and then 5 or 6 surrounding states around Arizona. Yeah, I mean, I'm just telling you, I'm just going to be like all this stuff. I try to be as honest as possible. I don't have the hand here. Like a lot of times I have the hand and I go, I know exactly where this is going. Here's what's going to happen. I have no idea. I have no idea what's going to happen with this case.
For the mom, man.
I feel bad for the whole family. I would, in her case, I would make the same exact decision and pay up because I couldn't bear to see like a loved one treated like this. It would be just unbelievable.
Even if she was old, Sean.
Even if she was old as hell.
Lane.
Yeah. Even if it was my mom's last day. You know what I mean? My mom's last day, I'd pay it
What's
all
the
for
cutoff
it and then
age for
some.
you, C-Lane?
I don't have a cutoff age.
Yeah, he does. It's
He does
okay.
have a cutoff age.
You know, it's just in his mind, people expire after a certain time. Even Lil Jackson, he's far, far away from expiration.
The legs are.
He is so far from expiration.
What happened? What's
He's
going
in his
on?
prime. Is he hitting you yet?
No. Oh yeah, of course. But no, this weekend was a particularly stressful one because we decided we would try. Ashley found some YouTube video or some article or something where she's like, I'm going to do this thing. It's the 3-day potty training.
Oh, just in 3 days.
That seems like a miracle if true.
How'd it go?
Oh, not good.
Okay.
No, I've never.
Pee everywhere?
Yes.
Oh, no.
Saturday was one of the most exhausting days I've had in a long time. And I think that's why last night during the Super Bowl, me and Ashley got
pee on the
at
couch?
it. We got at it. Once the kid was asleep, we were like, Super Bowl, let's
I thought
go.
you were talking about fighting for a
I
second.
thought fighting too,
no.
and now like you guys banged it out during the Super Bowl.
No.
What are we doing? We fighting? We effing?
No,
we
they got drunk
drinking?
AF.
Yeah.
All right.
But-
So what's the
And then
strategy
you guys
here?
ended up peeing everywhere.
Is it like when you're trying to potty train a cat and the litter box gets smaller and smaller and
no.
eventually?
Did you guys potty train Junkie Cat?
No, you just can do that. Yeah, to do that, you start out with like a litter box that goes in the toilet and mounts on the toilet seat, and the litter box gets smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller until they just go to the bathroom. The cat goes to the bathroom in the toilet.
Yeah, no,
It's phenomenal.
The 3-day method starts with, and this was, I think, probably what made Saturday such a stressful thing. He has to be naked the whole day for the first day.
Shut up! No,
this is.
So he's just he's nature boy wandering around,
just climbing all over everything, rubbing his balls on everything.
Why does he have to be naked the whole time?
Because he's used to just wearing this really absorbent, fluffy diaper around him. That's his comfort zone, and he can just pee whenever he wants.
Yeah,
So
but if he doesn't have anything on, won't he just?
He still did. The whenever he wants thing.
No.
I think
were the fun spots he peed in on Saturday?
I think we had 1 or 2 successful toilet pees on Saturday.
Okay.
Nice.
And then about 4 on the couch, 2 on Ashley.
Oh no! Did you have the thing where he starts and then you're picking him up and you don't know where to aim him and you're like,
No.
because he doesn't pee for that long. He's
marking.
Also, pee only makes noise when you're doing it in a toilet. That's something I learned very early on in fatherhood. Like, you associate a noise with pee, you think you can hear it, and you don't. It's when you're not doing it in a toilet, it's one of the most quietest things that happens to your body, and all of a sudden you just look down and you're like, oh, I'm covered in pee right now.
Yeah, you know what? I never thought about it that way until just now, but you're right. It's like a tree falling in the woods kind of thing. You only hear the pee if it has a body of water.
The sound of pee is the sound of it hitting something, water, a tree, grass,
couch,
anything. You don't hear it hit the couch. Nope. Yeah.
Can we talk about pee a little bit more, if you guys don't mind?
I
just have a theory.
I didn't expect to
Do we
go
all
there.
have to get naked and pee wherever we want?
I have a theory, and I don't necessarily, I'm not 100% sure I want to throw the fake news alert on this, but like 96% fake news. Well, I saw this Olympian. There's an Olympian named Gus Kenworthy.
That is fake.
That is 100% fake.
Gus Kenworthy said, as a protest and telling all his followers to speak up against ICE, he posted, and he's a British American. Is he for the British team or the American team? It says British American Olympian, and he posted this photo of him peeing F ice, the whole word F ice in the
Really
snow.
well written, by the way.
And I'm going to say that this is fake.
I'm going to
do
say
not think
definitely fake.
your stream can really get the words formatted like that.
Sean, you can't even write like that with a pen in your hand. And
I
did that
probably
with
couldn't.
P? No way.
Yeah, I mean, okay. There's only one alternative thing.
He kegled?
Is it possible that he dug out the letters for F, and then ice, and then filled it in with a pool that
no,
filled in
because the it would spread through the snow,
Yeah, it's. I mean, you simply when I look at the I and the word ice, you can't make the body of the I and then put a perfect dot on top.
You have to stop. I mean, all of the letters are not connected. That means he stopped at one point. He had to stop the P and then continue. No way.
I think this might be fake. I think he may have Chat GPT'd it in there.
That's at least 11 starts and stops if you did it.
You done the math?
And then to get.
Have you looked at your couch? And are you sure you don't see F ice?
Yeah, absolutely.
That'd be great. A little activist kid right at it.
And to get the tittle that perfect,
But
You're right. It's very, very difficult. But, I mean, good. You had some success, at least, with Jackson, it sounds like.
Then he went for a nap. Then he came back just an absolute demon. And it was a very exhausting day and a half until we just said, you know what? We're gonna let ourselves be swept up in the Super Bowl, the Bad Bunny of it all.
Yeah. You deserve it. Yeah, I mean, you deserve that much for sure.
And today is day 3. Ashley's home with him. Another factor that I didn't tell you about is we Friday started a bathroom remodel. We hired somebody to remodel our bathroom, and he said, I don't work weekends.
Guy's covered in urine right now.
No, he said he doesn't work weekends, and we're like, cool, because we're doing this thing. It's going to be weird with a naked baby running around.
Right.
And then as they're leaving, he goes, my tile guy will be here at 8 in the morning.
Okay.
I don't work weekends, but my tile guys will be here. So now we have these tile guys in our house.
In the bathroom where Jackson's trying to run to pee?
No, we couldn't use that bathroom. It doesn't have a toilet in it. But we're having them do work, and we're having to be like, hey, sorry if it's weird that there's a naked baby running around.
We saw it on TikTok.
I've always thought anybody who's put off by a naked baby this is like a self-report going on there. I've always thought that, because Courtney goes, oh, this is interesting. We're in her car. In her car, when we're listening to the radio, will show the
naked
song
babies?
playing and the album playing, and it was a Nirvana song that was playing, and they had Nevermind. And the cover of Nevermind with the little baby pee-pee was on the graphic. And she's like, oh, it's interesting that they don't censor that or anything. And I go, the people who make it weird are the problem. The people who make the little kid being naked weird. That's the problem.
Including the little kid after he grew up to be an adult and then wanted money and stuff. And he got weird about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he did. He did turn the corner on that one for a little while, I think. All right, let's see what we got here. Any other dispatches we need to work in? Here is number one Ordinary talking about Bad Bunny and his performance at the Super Bowl halftime show.
Here's a little interesting fact about Bad Bunny. So he did a residency in his home country of Puerto Rico in this stadium. I don't know what the specific capacity is, but apparently it brought in a lot of tourism, a lot of economy to a bunch of local businesses in the area, and I think the total amount of revenue that Bad Bunny generated from this residency was $400 million, which
big if true.
Is a lot, which just goes to show you the amount of global reach this guy has, and which is why the NFL probably chose him to do the halftime show.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that's why I was talking earlier. I said the global reach is the thing. Like when people say, well, he's there because he sold 100 million records. Only a tiny percentage of those records were sold in the United States of America because he's an artist that mostly targets a Spanish-speaking audience, even though there are certain cities where they have large populations of Spanish-speaking people, even the majority, like Miami, the majority of people speak Spanish. English-only speakers are actually the minority in Miami.
Do Spanish-speaking not cultures, but areas, do they buy records more than a USA would?
That is a really good question, which comes down to
when we compared the album sales of Bad Bunny versus Kid Rock and all the people that were on the Turning Point thing, and we had mentioned some other people like Florence and the Machine and stuff, and the numbers were very different, but also some of the bands that we mentioned were around in times where buying the records
CDs
was the main way to hear them.
Well, there's also a weird thing going on. I don't know if you were nudging up against this on purpose, but there are, so when you go to where piracy exploded, at least at the beginning, there were more pirates targeting particular genres of music. So, for instance, for a while, country music album sales were doing better than rap or alternative rock, for example,
because nobody was pirating their music.
Less people were technologically savvy in their fan base enough to go and illegally download the files. But I don't know. Now I think it's just kind of, it seems like it's just everybody just
Wild West
stuff. Or I mean, most people, you just use like streaming services and things, I would think. Much more that way than it is like people going to the store and buying something, or even like buying something and putting on your iPod.
Where can you get a CD these days? That's not like a section in Target.
It's a small percentage, I think. It's a small percentage. But that's what I was saying. Like the global part of this, if you look at the breakdown, Bad Bunny's numbers come from a lot of Central America, Mexico, South America, Europe in some parts, mostly Spain and Portugal, mostly Spain. And those Spanish-speaking markets where the music really hits the most. In the United States, I think the number that I saw was like 4 million or something out of 100 million, right? So this goes back to a conversation that we have on the show all the time. I bring this up all the time. When you are launching a movie, you will decide who you're going to target with the demographics of that movie. People like Tyler Perry have been brilliant about doing this kind of stuff and targeting audiences that otherwise are not targeted as much as they should be. And like there's a lot in the religious world that do this too. You put a religious movie out there, they will put asses in seats, man. They will go to watch the freaking religious movie. They just had one with was it David and Goliath or something, like an animated feature that they just had?
Oh, really?
In theaters, it did really well.
Because I can't think of any other movie besides Passion of the Christ that they were, bussing people from the churches to the movie theater for that.
I think it was called David. I might be wrong about that. But when you target the groups that are, out there in need of targeting, you'll bring in these audiences. Horror films bring in a certain demographic. So everything is done that way. This show is exactly the same thing. This show on some stations targets men 25 to 54, which is a lot of talk content. Usually not as many women listen to spoken word and talk content. But generally speaking, we target people 25 to 54 who would be inclined to listen to content like this. If you're not doing that stuff, you're missing. So every decision that you make on a front like this is, who are we trying to target? And I am saying, and I will continue to say until I'm blue in the face, that sometimes if you're not among the targeted crew, it's okay to be like, I didn't dig that. That wasn't for me. Sometimes if you are among the targeted crew, you can be like, that was the greatest thing I've ever seen. Variety is the spice of life. At least it used to be. And I think that should be the case, that some people can like some things and other people, it wasn't for them. Okay, quick break. When we come back, we have some shocking Valentine's Day news, and I still got to get into the Anna Kepner update. I don't even know if I'll get to this ice cream thing, but trust me, when I do, it'll be worthwhile.
No ice cream?
It's all coming up at some point in time, and it's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Emergency crews are on Florida's Turnpike fighting a wildfire, blocking the left lane southbound before that US 27 exit. There's smoke in the area that might be affecting your visibility. On the Turnpike northbound before US 192, traffic starting to slow down. Expect delays on I-4 getting through the city before that 408 ramp junction. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Spring Tree Maple Syrup. Here's to 50 years of sweet tradition. Since 1976, Spring Tree has captured the essence of Vermont's maple heritage, bringing the warmth of spring and the sweetness of nature to your table. For 5 decades, they've honored the craft of tapping trees and creating 100% pure maple syrup. Grab your Spring Tree bottle at Publix today.
Ladies, Valentine's Day is just a few days away, Saturday, in fact. And if you are still if you're still shopping out there for the perfect gift, give the gift of Hammer and Nails Grooming for Guys, a true man's pampering experience. I know, I've done it. It is a fantastic time. And if you're the special man in your life has not, this is the best time. First-time guests right now receive $25 off any service at Hammer Nails with a complimentary premium upgrade. So let the man in your life kick back, get dialed in. He'll have a smoked old-fashioned and a hot towel waiting for him, because looking sharp should feel just as good. Locations are waiting for you in Oviedo, Winter Park, Winter Garden, and Windermere. Book his first visit today at Hammer and Nails Grooming for Guys. Valentine's Day offer for first-time guests only.
This Valentine's, surprise her with the most personal, most romantic, most meaningful gift ever. Beautiful jewelry from International Diamond Center. And when you do, we'll make sure you have all the bases covered. With roses, chocolates, and a gift card for a romantic dinner, all on us. At IDC, we've put together a special selection of ready-to-wear gifts, from classics like diamonds and pendants and diamond earrings to stunning new creations from top bridal designers. Italian gold jewelry, rare gemstone jewelry. These are gifts that she'll enjoy not just for a day or two, but for decades to come. Come let our experts help you find the perfect gift. Spend as little as $199 and we'll give you the roses, chocolates, and a gift card for dinner at Jack's Place Restaurant and Bar.
Stand by, Scovite.
International Diamond Center, Altamont Springs, Waterford Lakes, and Wallet Millennium. Unproved credit. Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news.
Just grabbing the audio for today. I learned very quickly.
Get a same-day quote at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Something electric is happening at Orlando Science Center February 14 through 16. Don't miss sensational shows, robots, and other wow-worthy moments during Spark STEM Fest. A multi-day celebration of inspiration, imagination, and innovation. Get tickets and more info at osc.org.
Don't let tax refund worries hold you back. Start filing today in the Credit Karma app.
Good luck surviving the offseason, football fans.
There we go. Fade in. Got it. I've seen videos starting to go viral of people who are mad at bars they were at for changing the halftime show away from Bad Bunny. So at least a couple of places do that. And I saw some manager who said she had a problem because she put half the TVs on one halftime show and half the TVs on the other halftime show, and still that made people mad somehow. All right, everybody. Power Hour rolls on. 30 minutes left in the show. We still have no ransom, as far as we know, deposited in the Bitcoin account for Savannah Guthrie's mom, Nancy Guthrie. We have the time ticking on the deadline for that. We have Savannah Guthrie saying we will pay, but apparently the payment hasn't gone through. We've got all the reaction to the Super Bowl stuff. The great uniter today is that most people seem to agree that the Super Bowl itself, the game, was boring. That's the great uniter. Wasson, have you seen clips on the stands while Bad Bunny was performing? Very funny. I couldn't tell. I saw a couple of angles where people were the folks in the stadium are bored and they're not really partying. But it's hard to tell if you're not there whether the overall audience at the stadium was buying it. I did think it was funny that some people said there's a growing movement and people are going to walk out and leave the Super Bowl to turn their back on the Bad Bunny performance. I'm like, that is the fakest fake news I've ever heard in my life. Ain't nobody going to spend $5,000 for a Super Bowl ticket and then say, as a method of my registering my protest with the NFL, I'm going to... Bro, you're not doing that. If you spent $5,000 or $6,000 on a ticket, you're going to... Even if it was watching somebody get a vasectomy at midfield, you'd still probably watch. If I paid $6,000, I'm watching the vasectomy. All right? They had Bad Bunny on at Mar-a-Lago. Even Trump didn't watch the TPUSA show. I don't know what Trump watched himself, but they did have Bad Bunny on at Mar-a-Lago because I've seen a photo or a video of it on at least one of the screens while that performance was going on. And I don't know who watched what, but certainly you cannot say that it wasn't on at Mar-a-Lago because it definitely was, and somebody captured that. You want to come watch mine? No more kids? Watch what? Watch your kids? You want me to watch your kids? Gladly. Yeah. I'll be a great babysitter, right? Let's go. Here we go.
Rated American cross-country skier in history, she brings her relentless endurance and famous glitter-adorned cheeks to the trails of Italy. Whether in sprint or distance events, Diggins is known for leaving absolutely everything on the snow. She arrives in the Alps determined to add another chapter to a legacy built on grit. For more Winter Games gold, search Olympics on the iHeartRadio app.
For all your plumbing needs, go to modernpi.com.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Gold. G-O-L-D. Gold. Enter it now at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
When good things go bad, bad things make headlines. This is the...
Good to be with you. Learn more about the show. Learn more about what happens around here. Get away from the same three songs over and over and over again. And tune in to the world's most viral newsroom over at thenewsjunkie.com. I did see some fights popping up here and there, and I can't play it back because I think the person is just cursing up a storm probably. I'm guessing. But I've seen some stories about problems they had at bars that switched the
I was curious how many there would be.
Yeah.
I doubt there was a really big number of them. One of the ones I saw was a woman who said, look, I just run a bar. I want to be in the bar business. I wish I would have saved it because I would have read it to you here. Actually, maybe I did. Hang on. Let me see. Because there was this woman who was like, I run a bar, and I was just trying to make the best decision that I could for putting on the halftime show. So I put a couple of the TVs on this performance and a couple of TVs on the other performance.
Which one had the sound?
Oh, here it is. Danielle, I run a business, she says, a sports bar called JJ's Place. Yesterday, 80% of the bar wanted the Turning Point halftime show. The rest wanted Bad Bunny. To accommodate, I put the TVs on half and half. The 20% started canceling their orders, taking to social media, calling me a racist, being disrespectful to my staff, and leaving 1-star reviews on Google and Yelp. Mind you, the 80% who wanted the Turning Point halftime show weren't happy that Bad Bunny stayed on, but they didn't leave me a bad review at least. Take to social media, cancel the orders, or disrespect my staff. It's become impossible to run a business. I support 3 generations of my family on a sole income and try to accommodate everybody. The bar business is not what it used to be. Sad day, broken heart emoji, she says. So, like,
take it to a vote?
I guess so. She says, like, some people wanted one of them, one of the halftime shows, and some people wanted the other one, and then it caused infighting, and people were mad, and they weren't happy about this. Look, it seems like that was a problem at a couple of places. I didn't see. I mean, from my experience, it was only the Super Bowl halftime show that was on. It's harder, actually. It's harder to put the other stuff on one of the screens because it wasn't broadcast on like a big cable network. I think it was on the religious channel.
Yeah, TBN.
TBN. It reminds me because we did talk last week about how Sinclair had said that they were going to run it on their broadcast networks in some places. I wonder if they went
on like
that.
a sub digital channel or something.
No,
I think.
it was only digital.
Not their NBC channels. They were going to run it on some other platforms. They were going to run the competing, and I don't know if they cleared that too. Who knows?
Yeah,
but there were opinions all over the place. It was interesting.
There were some pictures from the Super Bowl party at Mar-a-Lago, which seemed to imply that they showed the Bad Bunny halftime show.
Oh.
Which I mean, would make sense. It would be weird to think that they switched over to Kid Rock and then Trump would still make that huge post about how bad Bad Bunny was.
Well, it also would be too difficult. Like, if you have a whole bunch of televisions on this, now you've got to go turn all the televisions onto some obscure religious channel or get YouTube up and running and get a YouTube stream on all those channels. Maybe I'm overcomplicating it, but that doesn't seem, it's not as easy as just turning it to another channel, I don't think. Depending on what kind of service you have.
Getting on YouTube, you have to switch to a different app.
Some of the reactions coming in, comedian Andrew Schultz said, halftime show is objectively incredible. If you didn't like it, you're hating or just don't understand fun. They turned a stadium into a house party. An impossible task executed effortlessly, he says. He's getting piled on in his comments there. DJ Vlad says, music is not universal. 50% of it is musical composition. The other 50% is lyrics. If you don't speak any English, Nas isn't the greatest lyricist of all time. All you hear is gibberish over interesting beats. You're not experiencing the whole song, just like when you listen to the greatest Chinese lyricist of all time. I have not heard of the
I've never listened to who is the greatest Chinese lyricist of all time.
Look them up.
I am all ears if we can find this. Somebody says, this is Brad Palumbo, says, a Spanish language Super Bowl halftime performance by a top American artist is not an attack on American culture. It's a reflection of it. More than 40 million Americans speak Spanish, he said. Some of the haters, people who didn't like it, I should say. No one thought the Bad Bunny performance was any good. Like, you just can't say that.
No.
I mean, obviously some people did think it was good.
A fun party.
Left-wingers will claim they did because they felt obligated to say so, but even they don't believe it, says Clay Travis. The NFL's halftime goal is to produce something that everyone can appreciate and enjoy. They failed, he said.
I don't know. A lot of people were watching, so.
I don't know if that is true either. So first of all, you can't say.
I don't know if it's possible to produce something that everyone will enjoy.
Yes. I think it's impossible. I think it's an impossible goal. You have to piss off somebody. If you're picking a performer, you're going to piss off somebody. But the point is, all the folks who don't care about Bad Bunny are so deep into the NFL world that they know they're going to watch anyways because it's the Super Bowl. So they don't feel like they have to super serve you, even though you're a reliable audience for them. They want to bring in other people. That's what they were doing. And the halftime goal being to produce something that everyone can appreciate, I don't think that's realistic. If you said, well, if you could stop this person and go, what's the perfect performer? And they said Metallica. Well, somebody's not going to like Metallica.
No.
Somebody's going to go, oh, I don't listen to this music. This is garbage. This sucks.
Satan worshipers.
So it's always going to kind of be like that to a certain extent. Elmo chimed in because, I don't know, Elmo chimed in. That bunny was amazing. Elmo thinks he should be called Good Bunny. Elmo loves you, Mr. Good Bunny. Not sure why that's a thing, but...
Did you see somebody caught up with Adam Sandler after the show, and they're like, what did you think? And he's like, yeah, Bonito was amazing.
I love Adam Sandler, man.
He really has aged well professionally.
He's dad. Everyone just goes to him as dad, and even enjoys what he wears, which is...
He's having fun.
Dad.
Hey, it's me, the Sandman.
He's having a good time.
Yeah.
You know, the halftime show, as you can tell, wasn't really for me, even though I thought visually it was kind of cool. But Adam Sandler was like, just having a good time. It's just like...
That should be the attitude. Just have a good time. Let's have a good time.
The man goes everywhere just enjoying himself.
With basketball shorts on.
I think if you go to the Super Bowl in person and you're just kind of in the middle of all that, maybe you could get swept up in it even more. Meghan McCain, daughter of John McCain, the late John McCain, says, I'm sorry, but I just genuinely question your taste level if you didn't enjoy the Bad Bunny halftime show. And everything in life doesn't have to be ruined by politics. Oh, God, if only that second part were true. For now, it's not necessarily. But even Meghan McCain is saying this. And then in her comments, people very, very upset by this. For me, I didn't understand a word that was going on, like probably the majority of the audience. But I like the Bushes. And I think the Bushes were superb. But as far as Bushes go in a game, I was most impressed with these Bushes.
Mm-hmm.
So
was there an outlying bush that is going to get attention, sort of like Left Shark?
Too many of them. See, like, too many. Yeah, too many bushes to
what are they
lock
doing
in.
those costumes? Because I want one for Halloween.
Yeah, Facebook Marketplace.
You think?
They must have been pretty expensive. They were very nice. It wasn't like...
No, Sabrina was saying they got a lot of that stuff off...
They got the bamboo off of Facebook Marketplace.
My
that's
apologies.
That's so funny because you never picture a production this big doing something like that.
Yeah.
You're like, this is the Super Bowl.
Well, and they were very hush-hush about it. They were like, we're going to be in a commercial. And it turns out it was going to be in the Super Bowl halftime show. It was it was that little bamboo hut that I think either the lady was serving the shot, which, by the way, that old lady is like one of the longest bodega owners in New York City. I forget where exactly.
Interesting.
But she's, she served him the shot and has owned this particular bodega forever.
So I'm wondering what's real. So the little kid, I don't know if that was supposed to represent the 5-year-old Ice thing, but he was an actor. The couple, from what I heard, genuinely got married.
Yes, that's what I heard as well.
They actually got married.
I read that they invited Bad Bunny to their wedding, and he said, I can't do that, but what you can do is come get married at the halftime show.
No, it's a memorable wedding.
That's awesome.
They're not going to forget that moment. That'll stick with them for a while longer, for sure. All right, we got to take a quick break. When we come back, final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut. And, of course, today I learned to wrap everything up for a Monday. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
Here's what Jack does. He takes the total amount, right? And then you pop that into AI and tell AI to generate a number, and that's the number we choose, right?
Yes,
Something like that?
I tell you to pick a number between 1 and 10.
Yeah. Either way, it don't matter for sure.
Either way, it's still artificial intelligence.
Yeah, or none at all, young lady.
The Jim Colbert Show, weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1. iHeartRadio.
Olympics update.
The U.S. women's ice hockey team has 2 games left in the preliminary round, starting with a game with Switzerland today. Abby Murphy says they continue to improve after a perfect 2-0 start.
Kind of just sinks in, and every single game, I think we're just powering through and getting better.
The Team USA men's ice hockey team is set to make its debut in Milan on Thursday. They'll be taking on Latvia.
For NBC's live coverage from Italy, search Olympics on the free iHeartRadio app.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Sunshine and some warmth, the theme to kick off our work week. Hi there, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist TJ Springer. Hope you had a great weekend, enjoyed the big game on Sunday. After getting back into the 70s today, we'll fall back into the 40s tonight, upper 40s to lower 50s around the metro, but north and west of town could have temperatures back into the low to mid 40s. Some patchy fog is possible, so travel carefully early Tuesday, but we keep the warming trend going. We're expecting plenty of sunshine for our Tuesday, just a few clouds with highs rounding out in the upper 70s inland. A little cooler near the coast with temperatures into the low to mid 70s. From the Fox 35 Storm Center, I'm meteorologist TJ Springer.
This report is sponsored by Spring Tree Maple Syrup. Here's to 50 years of sweet tradition. Since 1976, Spring Tree has captured the essence of Vermont's maple heritage, bringing the warmth of spring and the sweetness of nature to your table. For 5 decades, they've honored the craft of tapping trees and creating 100% pure maple syrup. Grab your Spring Tree bottle at Publix today.
Folks, one of the great American companies, locally owned and operated, family owned and operated, and fair with a capital F. They will be honest and treat you right at Mills Air. Your air conditioner has probably just kind of gone through it, trying to keep you at the level of comfortable you're used to, with last week being as cold as it was. If something went wrong and you're waiting until now to give somebody a call for some help, just make the move already. Mills Air is there to help you out. They will send over Rapid Quick, a tech that knows what they're doing and has fixed the same problem you have many, many times. They are skilled, they are very, very respectful, and they're going to treat you right. So call Mills Air, 407-277-1159. That's 407-277-1159. Or find them online at millsair.com.
We may be dealing with the cold weather right now, but before you know it, Florida's heat and humidity will be back, and we all know how that can drive up your energy bills. Renewal by Andersen's acclaimed replacement windows to the rescue because they're engineered specifically for our climate. And right now, during their free Window February event, when you buy 4 replacement windows or doors, you get the 5th free. It's a smart way to boost your comfort, protection, and energy efficiency all at once. Even better, many homeowners notice a difference immediately. Quieter rooms, fewer drafts, and AC systems that don't have to work as hard. And with 0 down, 0 payments, and 0% interest for 12 months, upgrading has never been easier. Here's what Kathy had to say about using Renewal by Andersen. Our windows look awesome. They did a great job on the installation. Highly recommend Renewal by Andersen. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free in-home consultation. Official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. License number CGC 1527613.
MSC Cruises feel so stylish and European. Let's espresso and gelato.
Espresso and gelato? Those aren't verbs.
Yeah, on MSC Cruises they are.
Oh, well, in that case, I'm into the American stuff. Let's coffee and soft serve.
Sounds like a plan. Maybe later we can chaise lounge and espadrille?
I think you mean pool chair and flip-flop.
Cruise from $199 plus get up to $500 onboard credit and kids sail free. To book, visit msccruises.com or contact your travel advisor. Restrictions apply. Ships registered in Panama and Malta.
Get ready. Celtica Nova, and many more. It's a weekend of culture, music, and unforgettable energy right in downtown Mount Dora. Sponsored by Guinness, Discover Lake, WJRR 101.1, Real Radio 104.1, and City of Mount Dora. Blankets and chairs encouraged, and yes, service dogs are welcome.
Second opinions.
You get them with your health.
So why not with your wealth?
Your stock market investments deserve a second opinion.
At Henyon & Walsh, it only takes a second
to schedule your free second opinion.
Go online and search for Henyon & Walsh, the second opinion people. Investing involves risk, including the possible loss of principal. Advisory services provided by Henyon & Walsh Asset Management. Securities offered by Henyon & Walsh Inc. Member FINRA SIPC.
Out here, if you're doing nothing, you're doing everything right. Though on a cruise with Norwegian, even if you're doing nothing, you're still basking in the warm sun, enjoying the peaceful ocean waves. You're breathing. Don't forget about breathing. Definitely need to be breathing. So you get to do nothing or everything, but you still need to be breathing. It's like really important.
Experience the difference with cruises to Alaska, the Caribbean, and Europe. Norwegian Cruise Line. It's different out here. Visit ncl.com, call your travel advisor, or 1-888-NCL-CRUISE. Norwegian Cruise Line ships registry to the Bahamas and USA.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Win $25,000 in new impact windows from Reese Windows. Pick up your phone and text the word TRUST right now to 20129. That's TRUST to 20129.
Are you 50 or older? This news is for you. The CDC recommends you get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia. Even if you're healthy, your age puts you at risk. People 50 or older are over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia compared to adults 18 to 49. Just one shot can help protect you. Learn more and schedule at vaxassist.com. That's VAXassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
This is Ross Chastain, NASCAR driver and your Fresh from Florida farmer. As America marks 250 years, we celebrate the dedication of Florida's farmers. Their hard work ensures that every bite is harvested at its very best. Fresh from Florida, trust is grown here.
The most viral newsroom on the planet is still humming along. This
And today we're going to wrap everything up for a Monday, super sick Monday for some of you who are just not along for the ride. All right, final dispatcher stories that didn't make the cut, and today I learned on deck here.
Right, mine.
Real quick, go ahead. Oh, I got that queued up too. Real quick, an email, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Andy says, I'm a little behind today, so I'm just getting to know this topic. If they don't know when I turn off my TV during halftime, then how do they know how many people watch the halftime? Just trying to understand, says Andy in Atlanta. I was explaining earlier that if you were trying to like rage quit and let the ratings people see there was a spike leaving the Super Bowl and that you weren't watching the halftime show, that doesn't work. Because unless you're watching a digital stream where they can directly measure that there are people there and there are people leaving, they don't know. They don't know who's watching cable television. They use something called Nielsen measurement services and ratings that works all across broadcasting. And they have a number of homes, I think 20,000 homes in the United States of America. Those homes have a specialized tracking box. And if that home turns off their broadcast during the halftime show, well, that would register and it would count for a lot of people. Actually, it would, your one house being measured, but it would count for a lot of people. But the average person just like changing the channel, they don't know unless you're watching a digital version of the stream that you have done that. All right. Quick little piece of advice. All right. Over to rate my blank, rate my Super Bowl spread. We'll have to go through these fast. Somebody said this is my drink that I was drinking. It was better than either the Bad Bunny performance or the TPA USA or whatever performance. F, it says. Why are these so small? Hang on. This is a pretty good spread right here.
Ooh,
but,
I love aesthetically
I like
very pleasing.
Yeah,
the flags are doing a good job of filling up the negative space on the table where your Super Bowl snacks are. Here's somebody else's spread. This is a little far away, so I can't get a real good idea of what's going on here. This is an iguana. That's fake. That's iguana tacos. I know that's not a real one.
Son of a bitch.
This is just a glorious plate of nachos. I'm going to be honest with you. It does look like a good plate of nachos, but it's not. Come on, you guys. That's a naked sushi thing. That's not somebody's actual spread for the Super Bowl. I don't think it was.
I think I know that guy.
Whole Super Bowl?
Do you? Which one? This guy here?
Mike?
Yeah, I think that's Sushi Mike.
Yeah.
Is it really? Well, maybe it is his actual spread. That could be real. Here's somebody with some kind of pizza monstrosity. Okay. And last one I have is this. Oh, this one wins.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I like the little stadiums that people make.
Same
That's cool.
here. That's
it's a little
fun.
football field in the middle with little field goals and everything.
All nacho,
So,
huh?
If you wanted to, you could even like kick the treats through the field goal uprights.
It would be impossible for me to go the whole Super Bowl party without flicking something through the uprights.
Yeah,
for sure.
same.
I'd have to give that a
wins.
shot. That's glorious. I like that. Congratulations. I think that's Ventisora. If I don't know. I'll have to go back through and figure out exactly who that was.
Storage?
It was impressive though. That's from Crazy Drunk Cat Lady.
Unceremoniously into the recycle bin.
Yeah.
It is a Ventisora Super Bowl spread. Congratulations. Very impressive.
Wait, so who wins? A Ventisora or Crazy Drunk Cat Lady?
Crazy Drunk Cat Lady wins for sending it in. She's the one. All right, we got to get the hell out of here. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Monday, February 9th, 2026. And finally, we go to this. Today I Learned this song right here.
Kryptonite.
Kryptonite is correct. Yeah. Today I learned the lead singer of Three Doors Down was only 15 years old when he wrote this song in class.
That is crazy.
Picked it up from some crazy guy I saw along the way, and he told me, oh, look, here's what I know about Three Doors Down.
Benito did so good.
He told me all about it. Rest in peace to the lead singer of Three Doors Down. If you missed that earlier, he passed away this weekend. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We're back tomorrow, same time, same place. Miss any of the show, get the podcast of the News.